Good afternoon, maybe. Gonna have a little sip of my coffee, you guys. It's 9:30 a.m. here.
Let's see if we're sitting nicely here.
If you're here, can you hear us?
If you're here, say, hey.
Give us a wave. Tell us where you're from. We love that. We are the Grocery Girls.
There's not an earthquake.
I'm Tracie.
I'm Jody.
And we are coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And yes, we're wearing sweaters. Yes, it's August.
It's cool this morning.
It's super cool this morning. Like, I have this giant grin on my face. It's day 2 of mohair sweaters for me. Because it poured rain yesterday. Poured.
It was so good. I wish I wasn't doing as many things as I did yesterday because I would have really loved to have sit and knit in the gray.
I 100% agree. I was running around. I was busy with work and then did some running around. Got drenched because it was pouring.
Good morning, Melissa. It really poured. But it's good.
And I love that. We don't get enough rainy days. We're a very dry climate. I love rainy days. I know a lot of people are like, ugh, rain. No, love it.
Yeah.
I'm wired for it.
I'm wired for it.
Hot beverages, knitting, watching the rain. Sign me up. Hello from Cork, Ireland.
Ah, God.
Montreal.
We left our heart in Ireland. Part of it.
Okay, I'm wearing green today in memoriam of that trip.
I loved it so much.
That was so amazing.
Hello, Boston. We're coming to see you.
We are.
We're just a few weeks.
Be in your backyard very soon. That's exciting.
Do you know what we didn't do? Because we dock in Boston and it's not like a day on the cruise,
it's where you
technically.
Disembark, yeah.
We have to figure out what yarn store we're going to go to in Boston.
Well, we come home that day.
Do we? Yeah, we do.
But I think it's later in the afternoon and we get off the boat first thing in the morning. We can be at a yarn store when they open.
I feel like we got it. We're going to be in Boston.
I got to double check all the times for that. But
good morning from Alaska. We left a little bit of our heart there too.
Oh, definitely. We're totally going back to Alaska. There's so much to do there. I can't wait. Maybe we should do the...
Portland. We left a little bit of our heart in Portland.
We've never been to Portland. Have we?
Well, wasn't...
We were in Seattle. We were in Vancouver, Washington.
Portland, Oregon.
Okay, I lie. I feel like we flew into there and drove to Vancouver, Washington. You're right. We were there.
Okay. I did like leave my heart a little bit.
We only saw the airport. Listen, I feel like it's just one of those places that we're like, oh, I really want to go to Portland.
I feel like the Pacific Northwest, right?
Yeah.
Just
love that whole thing.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Did we leave our heart in Pennsylvania?
We want to go.
Totally want to go.
It's ridiculous. We want to go everywhere. We want to see all of you guys.
So guess what? Today marks back to school.
August. I don't get it. I'm not a fan of the August back to school. It's always been September here, so that's sort of a hard pill to swallow. How you don't have anybody in your house going back to school?
First time, you guys, since my oldest Max started school 22 years ago, 24 years ago.
Yeah, long time.
That I haven't had a kid going back to school.
Weird.
Yeah.
All the teachers, we feel you.
Yeah.
We hope your year is amazing.
Yeah.
Teach your kids to knit. Keeps them out of trouble.
Start a knitting club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send us a message. You need some yarn. We'll help you out.
Yeah.
Anyway, there's lots and lots of people starting after Labor Day long weekend. I never get them going back to school before the long weekend.
Well, there is, the X amount of operational hours they have to get in, but still.
I know. I get it in the way that I understand why, but it just seems like cutting summer off. Like the last kick at the long weekend, celebrate. Anyway.
Yeah.
What am I complaining about? I'm not going back. Who cares?
Right. So
it is what it is.
Okay, so fall's right around the corner.
Yes.
Oh, do you want to see what I did yesterday?
Yes. Jody, fresh pear.
So
have you ever had that one?
No. These are what we call socially acceptable slippers.
I used to go to like Blockbuster in my other UGG slippers.
Right.
So I'm glad there's an actual option now.
The fad makers made these the giant shoe of the fall last year.
This is a TikTok thing?
You couldn't get them.
Oh, really?
You're very difficult to find.
They look very cozy. They've got
But
the shearling.
I've got these are the platform ones, they're calling them. The Uggs are traditional.
Yeah.
I will be living in these.
Jody.
If you see these coming, I am in it. You guys, they're amazing. They fit my socks too.
That's important.
Yeah.
I love them. Good choice.
Yeah.
You were shoe
Good morning,
shopping.
Star.
I actually need some shoes too, if I'm being honest.
Listen, back to school shopping and school supplies, I was pissed. We didn't get school supply shopping because I don't have kids going back, or clothes and shoes.
I had to zip into Staples yesterday. It was a gong show.
Did you buy a pen? In
No.
lieu of?
I actually just had to pick up something that I'm going to show you guys later. But when I walked in the door, it was like this total crazy storm of just packed with people, the tills all going crazy. And I was
Listen.
like, oh yeah, back to school.
You get what you get when you're the last minuter.
I was talking to a lady in line and I said, oh geez, I forgot about back to school. She goes, I know. We always had something better to do this summer than go back to school shopping. I said, I get it, totally, right? We're all putting it off. And she goes, and now look, disaster.
That was a lady in line?
Yes.
Oh, that's so funny.
So anyway.
I do love this time of year. I'm not ready for fall completely.
Oh, I'm totally ready.
I wish it was fall for 6 months of the year.
Yes.
But I remember too soon what January feels like.
I'm not ready for that.
So I'm not ready to bring in the cold weather.
I'm ready for a fall that sticks around.
Yeah.
That's if I had to put in my order, that's what it would be.
Yeah.
Bring on fall.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about winter in January.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, it would be so nice.
Anyway, we are technically going to be talking about knitting, but the weather was too good to not talk about this morning.
Yeah. Okay, so a week, what? Our school had a...
Star said her school had to go back online in the spring. And the boys went straight to the classroom, so no shopping. Oh, see, it's kind of different everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm. But we're back after 1 week. Guess who didn't knit a stitch?
I have fun knitting to talk about.
Do you?
Yeah.
But it's not that I did bring stuff to talk about, because I want to talk about sweater planning and what we are knitting for the fall.
I was going to do that next time, because I'll be out of stuff by then.
Okay, good. But I just want to talk about what we think about. So I have some prompts.
I'm here for a fresh convo about fall cast-ons, because that was my question this week. I need an idea about what to cast on next.
Okay. And I really want to talk a little bit about this, because I think it's going to be a good conversation, because so often I'm impulsive.
No.
Sometimes.
Jody, I don't even know you.
Sometimes I can be impulsive. But
sometimes, as in every cell of your body.
But I think it's worth chatting about.
I love it. Listen, you're not in the only one in that boat. I'm not the only one in that boat. Everybody's wondering what to cast on. Mm-hmm. And it's a fun conversation, so I can't wait.
Is there a world where we do this every week?
No. I don't know. It's when we do it when... I don't know, Jode.
Like, I'm just posing
the question. Not for 3 hours, no.
That's what I mean, like an hour and a half?
I can do that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
and not set a time.
I enjoy it very much.
2 hours or less. I just feel like, for me, this is part of my week.
Yeah.
Right?
I totally agree.
Anyway, we're not saying we're going to do it every week.
No promises.
It just feels... I always enjoy it so much.
And I'm game for shorter anyway. Do you know what I mean? No, not only that not that it's so much time, but even just I think it's fun to, if it was more frequent, like if we did 2 hours every week or an hour and a half every week, it's still more or the same as what we're doing now every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm totally game for making it a time on your calendar, right?
Right.
Flexible-ish, right? Oh, you guys, look at those. Cast on Parkview hat this morning.
Knit collages in Boston. Did you know?
I always see Amy's stuff, but I didn't realize she was in Boston.
The Big Bean. We have to see it.
Maybe we have to change our flight.
I feel like we go the next
I got to
day.
double check.
Anyway.
Well, we did that
this
last time, and I thought, we're smart this time. We're just going to get... But I don't think it's till later in the afternoon, 2 something.
Here's
so.
the other thing, and let me just say this. We started in Seattle and did all the stuff we wanted to, and we ended in Seattle. This time we start and stop. We won't have seen anything in Boston.
One of these days, we're going to get it right.
I love this couch relaxed.
Me too.
Do you?
Yeah. Now that I have no job, or only one job... My other job is going to be getting things organized downstairs in our basement. Jody, I have a D-stash.
Just shift the pile to the other side.
No, it's too much. I literally, it now makes my heart pound in ways that's not healthy.
Okay, good.
And I do want to paint. I do want to get us a couch. And I do want this kind of...
You don't have to paint.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
It's easy.
Yeah.
I actually love the painting.
I do love the painting. I'm actually not allowed.
And that doesn't... You're not allowed anymore?
I'm messy. I get paint everywhere.
And my husband's really busy with his job. So it's like, I feel like this is a good job for me.
It's a good job for you.
Right?
I do like painting. I'm just not allowed very often. And by saying not allowed, I'm like, if painting needs to be done, he's like, I'll do it. I could do it. It's just a big cleanup after.
There is a giant difference in styles between those two individuals, right?
Yeah. That's so funny.
That is hilarious. I love it. So yeah, fun different things.
So I was using one of our Grocery Girls black thermal cups, the taller ones.
Yeah.
I had started my morning with my iced coffee. I don't know why I ended up grabbing that one for some reason. My other one was, I don't usually walk around with a thermal cup at home.
Okay.
I fixed my iced coffee. At the end of the day, it was still had ice in it.
I use thermal cups all the time.
What am I missing?
Because I don't want to chug it. I like the way it stays hot longer, or cold longer, whatever it is you're doing.
Well, by mid-morning, my ice is all melted and it's watery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good thing you've discovered it. Now you know.
Do you know this little thing called thermal technology?
I use our little thermal cups all the time. Today, it's the sweater weather one because it feels like sweater weather.
I know, that's so funny. Okay. And after I thought of that tomorrow, I'm just going to do a little plug, but we'll talk about it later. I put the thermal cups on sale.
Did you?
In our shop. Yeah. Okay.
You guys, they're awesome.
I'll talk about it after.
I know we've got 1 million thermal cups. How many do you have with sheep on them? I don't know.
Right. Just saying. So normally, okay, so I'm going to tell you guys my coffee routine.
I don't know where we're going here.
My coffee routine lately is I'll do a pod on my machine and let it cool because I like iced coffee,
Sure.
right? But sometimes you have to let it cool too long, or if you use it right away and shake it with the ice melts, it waters down.
Okay.
I found this.
Tell me all about it. Is it for iced coffee?
It is an instant coffee, iced coffee product.
Can I smell it?
Is
it like dark roast stuff?
I don't think so.
And so do you love it? I mean, you can
I
tell it's
love
very
it.
fine grains. So do you just mix it with cold water? Just
Yes.
add cold water. It says right on it.
Just add cold water.
And
then
I guess you
fix
can
my
make it
coffee.
as strong as you want. Put as much.
Right. I
yeah.
put two teaspoons.
Wow.
I mean, is it going to be your espresso Starbucks iced coffee? No. But it's a very good...
It would also be a good travel thing. I always love it when you can take things on the go. You know, you could just, that's not going to get broken, or put it in a Ziploc container. Or
Okay,
whatever.
I get it. If you're like a coffee connoisseur, this isn't going to be for you. But listen, try it because I was really surprised how much it worked. Bethany Frankel swears by it.
I freaking love Bethany.
Don't you love her?
Yes.
And this is who put me on to this, and I thought, I'm trying it. It's so
Anybody
good.
who wants to sell Jody anything, just go on TikTok.
Yeah, I'll buy it. Waterfront land in Phoenix, I'll buy it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I would like 2 lots.
Mm-hmm.
Jody, that's funny, but no, honestly, I do love a good thing like that. You know what's another option? If you think of it the night before, make your coffee, shove it in the fridge. And then it's cold
Yes.
for when you want it in the
I
morning.
was doing that. Like,
Who
I would
can
drink
think
a
ahead?
coffee and then I would make one and just let it sit, which works great.
Yeah.
I just was curious to try this.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Anyway.
Listen, I love a good new grocery
And
item. We are the grocery girls.
do you know how many cups of coffees I'll get for $7 out of that thing?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I lost my job. I got to be thinking about this.
It's totally
I've been
true.
given the pink slip.
I'm laughing, but not.
I've never, ever looked at price tags so much as I am now
I know.
when I'm out in the world. Anyway.
It's very funny. It's very funny. The whole grocery shopping thing these days.
I have to apologize to Dad.
I have.
For the way
We had dinner last night. I'm not someone that usually buys pre-made products like a frozen lasagna, frozen whatever. Our mom just made stuff from scratch. It's
very,
how
very
we
good
grew
cook.
up.
Yeah.
It's what I prefer. I know it takes more time, but it's the way I like
And
it.
you enjoy
You like
cooking.
it how you like it, right? So this Loca supermarket that opened out in Sherwood Park has a lot of pre-made meals. I have not tried many of them, but I said to my husband the other day, I saw a lasagna out there. Let's try their lasagna.
But let me just preface this by saying, it's not your McCain frozen.
No,
Pre-made
they have
meals.
a restaurant, and the restaurant makes the frozen,
Yeah,
makes the
so
meals. It's chef
Yes, it's a pre-made.
quality. It's made by a chef.
Yes.
So he brought home this lasagna last night, and I'm always disappointed. I'm disappointed in my own lasagna half the time. It was like having it at an Italian restaurant.
Was it Grandma Nona made it?
It was like, it was homemade by an Italian. I don't know if it was made by an Italian. It was phenomenal. So, like, hello.
Yeah.
I
I'm
made a
not
salad
surprised.
and then baked this thing.
I'm not surprised. I did try when we were at Loco. I brought home a chicken pot pie. Maddie loves them. I mean,
It's not the same thing as like
it's like a
just
McCain
a regular
yeah.
commercial. It's anyway. If anybody's local and you're looking for like a super easy dinner that's actually delicious, I feel like now I'm going to start inviting people over for dinner, and we're only ever having lasagna.
Right.
That one.
I want to like lasagna so much more
Oh
than
no.
I do.
Okay, we baked 2. I'm going to give you this because we won't eat it. I have leftover. It's only small. It's like the size of a banana loaf. Eat it or don't eat it.
Okay.
And tell me
I'm
what you
taking
think.
it.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
give
Normally I'd say no, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to make dinner tonight.
Well, and I mean, maybe you like it, maybe you
Jane
don't. But
loves
it's like
lasagna.
I have a feeling he'll like it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm going to try it.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
I feel like we should start off with our trip that's coming for sale tomorrow.
Should we talk about that at the beginning? Or
I
top
think
of the
so.
hour? Okay,
Instead
let's do
of
that.
the very end, because we want to be clear. We're very excited, and we don't want you guys to have to wait.
It's our first proper launch of an experience rather than just like, oh my God, we sold it before we even told you all, right?
Sure. Yeah. So when we did our cruise, we did our first ever knitting retreat was a cruise to Alaska. And we just never wanted to create that update feeling. We just put it out there in the world. One day it was all of a sudden there it is. And we had no idea how popular it would be. It sold out in like 2 hours. Many disappointed people.
Because in our experience for different things, there is that element of frenzy when it comes to a timed update.
We just had no idea. We have no idea. I wish we could know ahead of time how things will be received. So we hope that we're learning, and we're going to try something different this time. Next fall, we are taking a group of knitters on a trip to Scotland. This is a bus tour that is so full of knitting, crafty content.
And not just knitting,
history.
weaving. You could be a fiber lover and not knitter.
Yeah, I could sign up for these things now, not even knowing where we're going, just
Yeah.
knowing that it is a craft kind of based tour, because I like doing it all. So that's what it is. These kind of trips, very small group. So we're all going to be on the same bus. We're all going to hang out for 9 days and nights.
You're going to get sick of me.
You're going to be like, lose my number. But
We're going to be spooning. No, you have your own room.
by request. But so now we're thinking maybe this time we gave you guys a save the date last week. We hope you had some time to think about it. And if it is something you're interested in, it is actually going for sale tomorrow morning now at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. You go to grocerygirlsknit.com.
I hit my knee and did the reflex thing on myself.
Jody, Dr.
Sorry.
Jody.
So what will happen is there will be a listing at the top that says register for Scotland. And what you are essentially purchasing is your registration spot. You will put it into your cart. One spot equals one person. For example, if you are registering with your partner / as a couple,
Which
you will need two.
you could absolutely make it a vacation.
Yeah, you will need 2 spots. So you will put it into your cart. You will immediately check out. It's $0. You won't have to put in any credit card or information. But as soon as you complete the checkout process, you will immediately be sent a link to your email that will give you a little pamphlet and an actual link to the registration page of our knitting company.
Yes.
It's an exclusive link. We thought that this probably was the best way to do it, whereas when it sells out, there will be an option to be added to the wait list.
Yes.
Please add your name. The numbers and things change.
Travel can change, absolutely, for people. But if you're interested, we just wanted to let you know how it worked. We wanted to let you know the timing of it. We have no idea how it will be received, so
It'll happen to be right at the top of the page. Right now you're seeing the things we're selling, but I'm going to just have it right here at the top of the page. You won't be able to miss it. Add it to your cart, check out, and you'll be emailed the PDF immediately.
yeah. So thank you for checking it
Yeah.
out. Thank you.
Actually, let me just say this. You will be emailed the PDF, but as soon as checkout's complete, there will be a prompt on that page that says download the PDF.
You're not registered once you check out from our website.
Right. You want to download the PDF because the PDF includes the link I spoke about that enables you.
We'll have those steps in the
Yeah.
listing.
You
Step 1, you do this. Step 2, step 1, you check out at Grocery Girls. Step 2, you're going to complete the registration form in the link. And you do that immediately following.
Yeah, it's not, I have my spot, it's indefinite. If you're not registered within the hour, your spot will then move on to the next person.
Yeah, just to be fair to everybody.
Yeah.
You guys, there's no guidebook on this. We've worked with the tour company and they're like, no, this should be okay. So we're really, really hoping that this goes smoothly and that everybody is happy. And also, please know, we love creating these experiences. This is not the last. We will do more. We would love to hear your suggestions. It's really, really an amazing kind of once in a lifetime thing to do these travel trips, and we love hosting them. So thank you so much for checking
Pinch
it
me.
out.
Pinch
Definitely
us.
pinch us. Who knew? Listen,
Yes.
more than willing and more than happy to do these fun things.
And don't be afraid, don't forget to sign up for our newsletter.
Yes.
And there's a little pop-up prompt now. People sometimes like, I can't find your email sign up. It'll be a little email pop-up prompt. Actually, I should take that off just for the registration tomorrow.
Okay.
Just I don't want anyone to interfere with anyone's checkout process, right?
Sure.
Okay, so that's fun.
Okay,
That's tomorrow.
That's it. That's what's happening. Big news in our shop tomorrow. But other than that, I do have knitting.
I have plans. You know,
I feel you got a really exciting looking box over
okay,
there.
you guys, do you remember when I said last week the Tula Pink? The Tula Pink.
What did you talk about?
Okay.
What the heck is this?
I purchased the Tula Pink re-released the Tabby Cat collection. Do you guys follow her?
Yes, and I love her
She's
fabric.
amazing. I mean, listen, if I was a quilter, I'm sure this is the only fabric I would use.
It's the only fabric I use to make the quilt I made for you because it's the fun colors.
Oh my God.
Her color palette
Look
is
at her.
my jam.
Her color sense.
Can I see?
Yeah, of course. Open this.
Okay. Like
I'm
these
not even a
off-
quilter. But look, it's called Tabby Road.
Jody, you have to get something made out of this.
And there's all these.
You could totally make a kilt. This is called Disco Kitty.
Yeah.
Disco Kitty.
I think I got 1 yard or half a yard of everything. And there's all these amazing fabrics that coordinate.
She
Look, these are
rocks.
cat eyes. Hang on, you guys got to see. Oh, here's a bigger cat print. You see there's more cats on there. This.
Oh, cat food. Don't you love
And
her
then some
colors?
coordinating.
You got the solids? Or this is the kit?
I don't know. I got that too.
This is Free Spirit. So that's another
I think it was
fabric company.
I think they.
So this might be a collab?
Maybe. Look, I got thread. I got Tula Pink, this stuff.
This is like pastel neon,
Oh,
right?
This is like seatbelt, no, webbing, like for straps.
No, it's the border, it's the binding.
No, I think it's strapping because this is a kit
Oh.
to make a bag.
Oh, okay. Oh my God, you're right.
You don't have to, but
Ribbons and trims, Renaissance ribbons and trims.
Tula Pink Kit Club.
This was the pink door box. Tabby Road. What? So
And
now
then-
you have to make a bag.
And then you get patterns.
What does the
This
bag
is-
look like?
I don't really know.
And what's this?
It's a
This is a cross stitch kit.
no.
No,
it's
this
a
is the quilt.
quilt kit. I got this at pinkdoorfabrics.com.
Oh my goodness.
They were because Tula Pink, she's the designer, right?
Look
and then
at the squares you get to make for this quilt.
and then everything else goes into the world. So I don't think Tula sells this herself. So I got this at Pink Door Fabrics.
So your solids are going to the kitties. Your what are they? The design patterns are going to the cups. Look at this on the back where they've used a colored instead of white background. I
not amazing?
love that.
What I would really love is a bag made. So I am going to figure out how I can get a bag made. Like, you know those real profesh ones you can get that look like a piece of like little like.
Who do I love for all those bags? What's her name? Noodlehead.
Will she make this for you?
No, she
Oh.
designs patterns. But maybe there's someone in the sewing world that would take your
Like
commission.
a bag, you know, this, not this shape, but like this, right?
Ask Shannon Calgary. We just chatted with her. Her booth was full of amazing bags.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they could only say no, but you could always just check out her stuff.
Anyway,
So
this. How fun is this,
Jody, this is phenomenal
Oh.
purchase. I would be going for the quilt.
I mean, I would too, if I'm honest.
I would go for the quilt, not a cream colored background, but another really pretty. Like, look at all those patterns that they include in the quilt. Like 12 teacups are all. I can
see
Can't.
myself in retirement years making something like that. Like, I don't know if I would be a quilter all the time,
Listen.
but I would love to tackle a piece.
You would love it. It just seems weird though. You take these pieces of fabric, cut them up really, really small, and then you sew them all
I
back together
know.
to something really big. But it is, I've only made a few little quilts, and let me tell you, I loved it as much as knitting.
And if I have to say,
And the fabric, I love as much as
they're
yarn.
ridiculous treasures when you get them.
And then you think about the history of quilts and what quilts have meant throughout history and the uses of quilts. They are history. And then I see people that thrift quilts and they'll make knitting bags and buckets and stuff. And I
Clothes.
follow someone on Instagram that does that. And I think to myself, who is putting handmade quilts in thrift stores?
I know.
Like, what?
I just think people that don't realize what they've,
I guess
Good
it may
morning,
not.
Carson.
Carson! All my knitting friends quilt. You know what? There's huge crossover with the knitters and quilters.
Quilting is the number 1 craft.
Yes, it is. Which we found out through Craftsy, you guys.
Yeah,
Here-
and by far,
Way.
like you won't believe the conventions.
It was
and-
quilting, then crochet, and knitting was down.
crochet was above knitting.
Crochet was above knitting.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a
What else?
faster. It's a faster. I can see why people sometimes like crochet a lot.
yeah. Listen, I need to spend more time learning crochet because I loved doing the little bit that I did. I love doing it just as much.
Speaking of crochet,
I was
did
going
we
to say,
receive
I've
that
always
book?
said, no. I got back to her and said, no, we haven't seen it come through yet, but hopefully soon.
Okay, I won't talk about what this pattern is yet.
Well, I think we can talk about the book.
Well, not that I won't talk about, I just can't really speak about it.
Because people are going to love what you're going to show, and they're going to be like, how do I get that?
Okay, do you know?
I would have to look up all the details. We are going to be sharing a brand new crochet book, and you get a bonus pattern in the book.
This is amazing.
And this is designed using Frankie Gray Fibres, Jody's hand-dyed yarn company.
I think about half of it. Not all of the yarn is mine, but some of those amazing colorful stripes are mine.
I think I see Mayflowers.
It is. And there's ochre in there, and I believe mulberry. But
we're going to have all the details for you when I get the book.
yeah,
We are...
put a pin in it.
Right. So it's a tease. Consider that a tease.
I would make this.
It's adorable. And that looks like beginner crochet to me. Like, it looks like something I could do, but maybe I'm wrong.
Yes, it's like granny square, like just like into the yeah. You would have no problem. Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
So it's
Yeah, way to go. No, we will have all the details for you. When it's out and available,
something like a granny square, a shape for every a granny square for every shape.
I would have to read the emails.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Okay.
It's gorgeous. I've looked at the email and I thought to myself, oh, this book's amazing. And then you just think, okay, I'm waiting for the book to show up. So that is where we're at the moment.
That's where we are.
But
Sorry.
it was really cool. The extra little thing we just learned was about this bonus pattern that was using your yarn. And that's exciting.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
exciting.
Okay. So, should we show yarn at least? Flash a skein of yarn
Well,
so they
you
know
showed
what we
me
talk
a project.
about?
Yeah, I've got some knitting to share.
Good, share.
Okay. It's whether or not you want to hear all the geeky things that I learned during this or not.
Are you now a steaker?
You guys, I can't even. I know I keep showing the same project over and over again, but I'm being very monogamous and getting this thing done. I actually thought I'd have it done by now. I am knitting the Island to Island vest.
We didn't talk about what we're wearing. We'll do that after.
Okay. I'm knitting the Island to Island vest by Mary Jane Mucklestone. And I cast this on the very beginning of July. I kind of thought this will be my summer project. In the meantime, I've knit my sparkle sweater and a linen t-shirt. So I was not monogamous all summer. Now the date is coming that I want it finished. So I'm like, I better get this thing done.
Yeah, you should.
And if I'm being honest, I'm loving every minute of it. So I just thought, a vest, how long could it take? There's no even arms. So last week when I showed this to you guys, I got up to where you add the steek stitches. Like up to here, I just started. This is the bottom. And so you do your ribbing and you knit straight in the pattern of your color work, and then there's no decreases or anything. It's super simple, super relaxing.
Okay.
All the fun happens in the yoke of the vest. So I had just started adding these steek stitches. So you guys, I'm done knitting. I'm done knitting the body.
Like the sleeves at the top? How did you finish it?
So
what's this?
I'm at these. This is the top. So this is my armhole. These are the steek stitches where you're going to cut it open.
Okay.
This is the top of the vest where you're going to do a 3-needle bind off to fasten it together.
But you do that after you steek it?
No, I started cutting it. This is the way it goes. I had a steek right here holding up like this. It looked really weird. It was like a little pooch here. You bind off some stitches and then you cast on to make your steek for the neck. So knitting, decreasing, and then you get to the top and you've put all your little shoulder stitches on hold, and you're supposed to steek the armhole. So I did. I did film it because people are like, I want to see it done. So I've got a little video that I'll put up at some point. And I did my 3-needle bind off on the one side. So
You're so proud of yourself.
Oh my God, this was so fun. The whole time I'm like, I'm just going to hack into this. I'm going to just trust the process. You know, all the Scots, they don't reinforce their steeks. They use wool and they just go for it.
Because if it didn't work, we can lock Mary Jane in her cabin for the whole cruise.
If it didn't work, I've got this much of my sweater done. I could do it again.
This seems to be the method of choice for all over colorwork sweaters. Don't you think?
Listen, this is what they do there.
Yeah.
They knit with non-superwash wool, this grippy wool, and they cut it. And if we remember the way knitting works, knitting unravels down. You're cutting up. Don't worry about your knitting unraveling sideways. Like, it's not going to be, if you're using wool. I feel like slipperier things, like maybe superwash. You can steek superwash, but I would do I would secure it with sewing or crochet or whatever first before you cut it. I did not use superwash, and I thought, you know what? I'm not securing
at all.
No,
not even with the crochet.
No.
Huh.
All those Scottish people,
big cojones.
All those Scottish people just cut it, and I was like, I'm just doing it.
Do it.
What is the worst thing that could happen? That I have to reknit the top of my thing?
That's pretty bad. But
you
it's only knitting.
It wouldn't be that
It's
bad.
only knitting.
This is how I feel like we learn. We
Yeah.
do things to learn, right? So I cut this a couple of days ago. It doesn't look like it's unraveling.
Totally.
So the way the roadmap is you cut your steek, do your 3 needle bind off, soak and block the whole thing, then pick up your stitches for the ribbing. So I've just had the most fun knitting this thing. I really just hope it fits at this point.
For me, the finishing and these picking up stitches and everything, like you
I
were in
love
the
it.
fun zone.
I'm in the fun. Let me tell you, I enjoyed every part of it. Like the ribbing.
Is this a gift for me?
The ribbing's a nightmare. If
I
I'm
get to
being
wear
honest.
it.
Let's be honest. The ribbing's a nightmare. 1 by 1 ribbing. She wants 4 inches. I gave her 3 and called it a day.
No, but here.
No, 1 inch.
Oh, done.
Done.
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle. I'm gonna have his vest by the weekend. And then it was so relaxing doing the color part of it.
Was it?
It's yes, because it's a motif that is so simple you
Yeah.
don't even need the chart.
Yeah. Love that.
You're doing your stripes with your colors. I could take this anywhere, watch TV doing it, no biggie. And then you get up to this part and you're like, I'm adding steeks and I'm decreasing. I did make a mistake and I did not pull it back. And I don't think it's going to make a huge difference, but...
Do you want to point it out?
So when you start your decreasing here, right at the very beginning, I missed 1 sentence in the pattern. And that sentence was to do the decrease round every round for like a certain number of rounds. Well, I saw where it had the 2 rounds where you do a decrease and a plain, a decrease and a plain. I missed that above sentence until later. And then so I'm doing a more gradual decrease at the bottom instead of a little bit more slanted.
Got it.
I ended up doing it differently. So I just flipped them. I did my 2-row decrease first, and then I did my...
I feel like you probably aren't even going to know.
I don't think at the end of the day you're going to know.
MJ will know.
But yeah, don't tell her. Here's the thing. If you're doing something like that, I could have pulled it back for sure. It was quite a bit of work, and I was just having an argument with myself, like angel devil, like do it right. And it's like, does it really matter?
That's when you kind of like weigh your pros and cons. Like, is this a little bit of a glitch gonna impact the shape of my sweater? Maybe a little. Is it enough to pull it back? Who knows?
Well, here's the thing you have to remember that I was thinking of that I don't normally think of. So when I do a gauge swatch, I'm more concerned with the width, like the stitches per inch, not the rows per, vertically. And in something like this, where it's a pattern and you're trying to fit a yoke, you need to be aware of that row gauge, because that's what's going to affect the depth of how it fits you. So I knew I only had like 28 rows or whatever to make all of these decreases. So that's something to think about.
Because if you keep decreasing, then everything's off.
So if I just kept going, or if I added, if you're adding or subtracting, just be aware of that. That is the depth of your yoke and the fit part of it. So anyway, every time that she gave me a measurement for like, it should be this depth or that depth, that I hit those numbers, and I think
good.
that's the important part.
Yeah.
Did I fudge the decreases a little bit? Kinda. But it worked. As though I
Sure.
got the numbers in the right amount of time.
And
Anyway.
ultimately, no one is going to know, and you're going to end up not even really knowing when you're wearing it,
Yeah.
I would
And I
imagine.
feel like, first of all, the mistake is 100% mine. It was misreading something.
Going a little bit too fast,
Little
not
bit.
taking your time,
Just
reading
excited.
through.
Just excited. And I feel like it's really important to share mistakes. And what was the result of that mistake?
Well, if that's your truth, because I don't have many, but you do you.
If I make a mistake, I'll let you know. No, but that's the only thing to consider. The depth of your knitting.
Ask the cardigan, I put it in the garbage.
And this is not knit at the right gauge in there. My advice for sure is to swatch until you get the designer's gauge. And then you're on easy street.
Exactly.
Yellow brick road all the way.
Yeah.
Right? This is not that for row or...
I am so impressed.
Well,
now, did you
it was
try it
really-
on now with one shoulder done?
No, because I still don't have a hole here. I wanted to
yeah.
show you guys both ways. So this is what it looked like, and then I just you just cut up in between those two contrast colors right there. The middle of that is your steek. So I just took our little on-the-go scissors that come in our on-the-go. I think I have my on-the-go there. You just need sharp scissors. So a nice tiny point, not really thick, heavy, big scissors. You only want to cut that.
Like a couple stitches at a time.
You're cutting the bar in between those
Yeah.
two knit stitches. And let me tell you, I was just like,
Totally.
all the way.
Once you start, you're in.
Well, you're either all the way in or you're not. Like, are
Yeah.
you cutting it or not? Are you reinforcing it or not?
Are we doing this? Is it all in?
Are you effing it up or not? So far, it's been okay. And just so much fun. I can't even handle it. So that's that, guys. That's my weekend. A little bit of ribbing and done.
You'll be wearing it next
So I'll
week.
finish this today and wash and block it, and then deal with it in a couple of days when it's dry. If this thing doesn't fit, I'll freaking cry. I'm usually a product knitter.
It'll fit someone.
Yeah, right. It's usually I'm usually a product knitter. I want that sweater. This has been so much fun. I feel like the process was as much of the fun for me as
Do you know
everything.
You have talked for years
I know.
about an all-over color work item.
I know, boring.
No, but
Yeah, shut up
also more
already.
specifically recently, the vest. Like you have wanted you've talked about like there's a couple tin can knits all over.
Yes.
I feel like the timing was right. You found the perfect yarn.
I don't know what it is.
This project is so beautiful.
Thank you. It was super fun. If you want me to knit you one, I totally would. Oh, you guys, I can't even.
It's inspiring.
So the yarn I used was all from Sonder Yarn. They released a sport weight. So Sunday Morning Luxe Sport. It's BFL with a smidge of cashmere. So it's just woolly and wonderful, but not scratchy in the least. My gauge was too big for the pattern a little bit. This is a 28 stitch pattern, I think, and mine is 26.5.
28?
Jody, this whole thing's done on 3.25 millimeter needles.
Wow.
But it didn't feel...
No, a vest like that's like wait, I don't know. There's something about color work all over vest that really screams that smaller needle. You get a beautiful smaller color work stitch, and it's gorgeous.
I think so. And I think traditionally they're knitting, like over in Scotland, they're knitting a fabric that's very dense. They want dense, no air coming through because it's windy and cold and damp and all that stuff. So I think that might be part of it. But it's just so much freaking fun, you guys. I could totally cast on one tomorrow and keep going. Beautiful
I
yarn,
love it.
beautiful pattern. Wouldn't it be fun to do one in a color changing yarn? Instead of having all these ends to weave in.
That's that color changing yard, something wicked. That color, speaking of, I'm all over the place.
You bought that one?
I did, but I didn't buy the dyed in the wool. I bought the dyed in the wool and not the
Dream State. Yeah.
So it's available now.
And is it today? Like Thursdays are there updates?
Thursday. Okay, I want to show you something wicked, you guys. I wish I would have waited.
Who doesn't love a teal?
Well,
I'll buy your dyed in the wool,
No.
and you can get some dream. Or why don't I buy Dream State? And we'll.
It says sold out now because I believe the update is very shortly.
It's usually noon, right?
Yeah. So it is going to not be sold out when the right time is. Does that make sense? So, but that's the color, right? It's beautiful.
Okay. Jody, I can't even with that. I saw that and thought of you and thought to myself, you know,
Stupid.
of course you need it. Also, the last little thing about this pattern, this vest, this yarn, I noticed Mary Jane had a couple of vests with the 26 stitch gauge. So if I use this yarn again, I'm good to go just pretty much the way.
Yeah.
So it's not like she's only got the smaller gauge. Can I just say I appreciate the colorwork gauge by designers that is not just that ultra fine. Like
Yeah.
Jameson and Smith is gorgeous, but it's like a light fingering and it's a very dense
What would that gauge be? Is there gauges?
Some of them are like 33, like as dense as a sock.
Wow.
Maybe one day I'll do that. But at this point, my brain is like, no, we don't do that.
What is your gauge for sock knitting?
Like
For perspective.
that.
33?
Like somewhere around 30.
Wow.
So even less, I guess.
yeah.
But some sock knitters knit it even a little bit denser, just depending on your gauge, right?
Right.
Like if I went down a needle size, I'd be closer to like 32, I'm sure.
Wow.
Anyway, super fun, funsies, and a Hohi & Co. Cubo bag has been fantastic for that project. It's kind of nice for a vest. You don't need much yarn.
No.
Like all these contrast colors were one skein each, and I'm barely breaking into my third skein for the main color.
Really?
Yeah,
Do you want to know what I'm wearing?
I do want to know. Let's start over. Jody, what are you wearing?
I'm wearing the Cloud Sweater by Petite Knit. Knit by Darlene. This is knit with Drops Air.
Jody, it's so beautiful.
It's a drop shoulder. It's beautifully relaxed. You guys look. It's like you wear it with jeans and a t-shirt. It's got really cute ribbing where you end with some stockinette rows, which would give you just like a
roll.
a little bit of a rolled there, a little bit of a rolled here, and then here.
Listen, you wear that and I want to rip it off of you. I love it so much.
You guys, it's that good.
This is what I'm going to knit. I'm a giant failure. I'm killing it in one of our knit-alongs and I'm failing in another one. We're doing an unspun yarn knit-along with our friend Smita of Your Next Knit. It's happening in Ravelry. This is what I'm going to knit with the unspun yarn.
You should. It's going to be beautiful. This is one of those sweaters, you guys.
I'll want 10 of them.
Yeah.
Tell me.
It's
one of
that.
those sweaters what?
That you'll want a million of them. You know what you could also do?
I
was
love
thinking,
this exposed seam. Like if you
Right?
look, it must be like I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, you see the texture there.
Also, I was thinking you could do a few things. This is just straight stockinette, so it rolls, but you could do ribbing here.
Do whatever you want to do. It's yours.
You could really customize and tweak these.
You could do a folded edge like this.
Yeah.
Like if you want a different look.
So although you want the shape and the relaxed of this pattern, you can tweak it so everyone's different, right?
Yeah.
That's also like these staples you throw on, and I want to choose this every time I want to put on a knit sweater.
Yeah.
These are the shapes I love to knit. It's light as air.
To me, it's like when you knit the Lento 5 or 6 times, or the Ranunculus, or, Jessie Maid's Cozy Classic Raglan. I love it. I could knit it exactly the same every time, but I do think to myself, let's tweak it a little.
Right.
Right? And those are the ways you can easily do that. You can, make longer sleeves with a cuff back, or like there's a million ways other than messing with the fit, but these sort of edging finishes with your ribbing, or
exactly.
like you were saying, right? Folded collars, or like a really big cowl neck. Like you could just keep going. You could do a big neck.
Folded
Darlene's
turtleneck.
the best.
She's the best.
She killed it.
She killed it with this.
And
I adore this.
It's amazing, Jody.
Yeah. This was.
We are going to look like twins. I'm using different yarn, but it's super similar color.
I think I would actually also knit the next size. The next time, it might be fun. This is very relaxed, and it's my go-to. But it
looks
might be
great on
nice
you.
for a little bit, maybe a little less ease for the next one, and make it really look like a different.
Totally. And there's a lot of people that like to wear like a dress underneath. You can crop this baby, right? Just get a slightly different fit. I feel like
Yeah.
a big cowl neck and a cropped silhouette, maybe a little bit
How cute is that?
super. 10 out of 10 cute. I love it. I am wearing the Hush, which is a pattern by Tin Can Knits. It is a cabled round yoke sweater. I have to say, sometimes I chintz out on the length of the sleeve. This one, perfect. And I think it actually blocked longer than I thought it would.
So you did chintz out.
Oh my God, it turned out great. I love it. The collar is a folded neckband, and I did that myself. It's not that way in the pattern. And I just knit double the length of the ribbing and then did a joining round for my first round of the sweater, where you're knitting the cast on edge to the bottom of the ribbing. Just be really careful.
Why was it after?
You can do it where you like leave it that way, like leave it extra long and then come back later and tack it down.
No, but like, what was the starting point of, where did you cast on? You cast on for these
cast
stitches
on
normally?
right here.
But like, what did the sweater say?
Oh, I think maybe you're right. I would have to double check.
Yeah.
The sweater might have been just cast on and start knitting, I think.
Yeah.
And then you pick up and
Is that what you did? Pick up after?
I don't remember.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. I love that you did that.
I probably did that. Yes, I did the neckband after, 100%.
Yeah. I actually thought originally a folded would be too bulky. Now, if you're knitting bulky yarn, it will be much more puffy, but it lays very nice.
Oh no,
with
this is not too thick. And I did it on my swatch to try it out, to see what would I think, right?
Look at
Because
you.
I don't like wasting time. I
I'm wearing
don't
sparkles.
want to. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't want to pull stuff back. I just want to go, like race.
No.
Like
No.
I'm the rabbit in the hare. I don't want to be like pulling stuff back if I don't have to. So you're right. It was a cast on, work the body, which is something Tin Can Knits has done with lots, like also the Love Note. And I did not follow their instructions, but I think it's really brilliant because you can actually modify the way the neck fits for you. Maybe you like it a little bit tighter or bigger or whatever you think. And that can be done when you do your collar later.
There was a method to their madness.
These guys know what they're
We're like,
talking
oh,
about.
forget it.
What
I'm
the
just going
heck?
to cast on the ribbing.
Right.
No.
It's
No.
okay, Lex and Emily. I've got this.
No. Just in case you want to know, here's a tip. Start with the collar. No. Send.
Can you make me a color workshop?
Oh my God. I texted Alexa. You remember, I can't believe I did that. The nerve.
Delete, block. Who is
Totally.
this person? No, but you guys, so that's what I did. So you picked up the stitches, knit double the length, and then, so actually then this would have been a little bit of a bind off situation when I join it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. You can certainly hand tack it down. If you do it with the knitting, like your needles, I went up a needle size. I was super loose when you do that bind off round because that can absolutely constrict, right? So if you do that too tight, you could literally not be able to get your sweater on. 2 thumbs up.
Because, okay, so here's another thing I thought about. When you start with just the sweater and you do the neckline, the collar last, you could like extra ease that would give you too big of a collar. So then you put it on because you like it really oversized, but like you don't want this like
That's
a
me.
flash dance moment, right?
You can pick up extra stitches.
And you can knit more,
Which
knit
would make
more. Like
you could pick up less stitches to make it a smaller neck opening.
you may find you need, they say 1.5 inches. Once you have the sweater on, you may want 3 inches to get to get it to sit properly.
Yeah.
It's quite brilliant.
I'm actually, these guys are amazing. Have you heard of Tin Can Knits? These up and coming.
They have an app.
They do. They have the best app. But honestly, it was really fun. I've never done the neckband before. I love the way it fits. I use fingering and mohair. This is all Frankie Gray Fibres yarn in the color Kate's Green. It's so fresh and bright, and I love wearing it. It looks so good with jeans and black and everything else.
You are wearing jeans today.
I am, but don't you think it looks good with like the darker
It really
denim?
does. Yeah, I love it.
Looks great with a crisp white or pink or anyway, I love it. So I did this for the first time with the fingering weight and mohair yarn, and it, like you said, it's a looser gauge. It's not super dense, and I'll do it 100 times.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I would even do it thicker.
Would you do it 101 times?
99 for sure. Even 100,
I love it.
102.
I do agree. I think the folded.
I would recommend it. I think you
and
should
maybe
do
you
it.
don't do it in every sweater, but it's certainly nice to have a version,
Yeah.
different collars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Love it.
super fan. Love it. Thrilled that I get to wear it today. It's been warm, so it's like, oh my gosh, we're in the shade. It's 12 degrees.
Oh, it's perfect.
Hello, sweaters. I'll have to take this off after lunch.
I know. It's going to be in 20s next
We're
week.
in that neighborhood where it's like cool in the morning, too hot for sweaters in the afternoon, but I'm here for it. I'm taking advantage.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. Your tomato is red.
I've got this week, by the end of the weekend, I'll have a bunch of tomatoes ready to go. I just picked a giant one, like as big as this cup.
Now, was it good or was it like mealy?
No, it
and
was
like,
good.
Okay, good. Wouldn't
It's
that be...
meant to be that big. Like it wasn't
Yeah.
overgrown. It was
Yeah.
just red.
I
It was
do
just
love an
turned-
heirloom tomato.
Oh, these aren't those. I
No.
would love to have those.
Yeah, Apache Seed has those seeds if you wanted to start something.
I am not a real gardener. I don't start with seeds.
No, but like in January in your window,
If
maybe.
anybody in Edmonton sells heirloom tomato plants,
Yeah.
I would love to buy those next year.
Yeah.
Tomatoes are my favorite thing to grow.
Tomatoes, maybe the vegetable I couldn't live without.
They're totally the vegetable I couldn't
Yeah.
live without. And I think they're not the best. These nightshade things and inflammation in your body, I've been reading
Well,
about
they're
it.
very acidic. Like when I have psoriasis, I can't, when my hands have like eczema, they'll burn my hands.
Yeah,
Anyway.
it's a giant, like honestly,
Poor me.
tomatoes are, what other health problems can we talk about? No, I love them so much. I could eat them every day.
I know. They do sit. I know.
Boring.
Guess what? Okay, I have bad news.
Jody.
Guess what arrived in the mail today?
Okay, I saw that's hitting mailboxes. She should not have sent yours this early.
She should know better than that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, get ready. I'm going to
You
show
should give it to me.
This is yours.
No.
I told you I bought you one.
I know, you're so nice.
Um,
Okay, you should.
Don't look in it, but I
You
did
should
get
give
you
me
a mini
yours. Oh, I
set.
love
This
it.
is a mini to go with it. So don't look it.
What are we talking about for the people at home?
Woolens and Nosh is a self-striping yarn dyer, and she
Phenomenal.
does really fun advents where it's a 24 stripe advent countdown. Even to like she's
And this
got
is
you.
the DK.
She's got you wound.
I might even do a cowl or something.
She's got you wound already, you guys. It's snapped, so all you do is start, and then you'll get to the first color, and then when you get back to this neutral round, you stop.
It's
so
brilliant.
you don't know what the next color is. The next day you go through one color, you get back to this, you stop.
Listen, the bag is perfect. It snaps in the middle. You can go two at a time. It is so brilliant. Thank you, a million thank yous.
Do you think we should show it?
Who wants to see? Listen,
Get ready.
listen, all I want to do is rip this snap open and look. We should give these to Mom.
Yeah, we should.
Can you hold on to this? Because
She'll end up hiding them and none of us will remember.
I don't trust myself.
No, I would never show you guys.
It's an advent
Kim,
for
I've never
December.
shown you. Yeah.
Kim is a bad influence. I like her.
So
Um,
that came early. God, she's
thank
organized.
you.
To get that off of Dyer's plate, God.
Months and months and months. I love that these advent things for dyers are such a big hit. But you do appreciate how much work goes into that. I love the little like woolly font that they've used for their bag. And it's the perfect sock size bag for later. Like
Yeah.
when you're out and about
It's really good.
after this.
Okay.
Wow. Thank you.
I did have full intentions of casting something on, and I had wound up my
You
yarn.
lied to the people.
I did. I talked about Andrea Mowry's framed sweater,
Yes.
which in fact she came out with a cowl yesterday.
Which I love.
It's so beautiful. We'll
Yeah.
show you. But I wanted to do a hat version just for fun, just to get something on my needles. So
I'm sure she's got a hat coming. I would think.
I'm using the chart. It's X amount of stitches, and it's easily, because this is yarn, it's 26 stitch repeat. So I'm going to do 104 stitches of a worsted weight hat. Plenty. Beautiful. It's going to turn out gorgeous.
And to get the chart, you buy the pattern.
I bought
obviously.
the sweater pattern.
Yeah.
So what I did was...
And who knows? Maybe the cowl's totally different stitches. I don't know.
Right. I don't know either. But I'm just going to go
That
with...
might even be easier for people to adapt, but whatever.
Right. I'm just going to plug it. She's going to be way more clever with her decrease. I'm just going to probably do like a paper bag cinch, like a little bit of a higher.
Jody, it'll be awesome.
She'll be way more clever when she comes out with the hat. But this, you guys, this is Lamb & Kids exclusive spin cycle yarn color.
Pinky swear.
You can only get it at the Lamb & Kid. I'm using Dream State, which is the worsted, but it comes in all the bases.
It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. This is the Spinster's Daughter undyed
Worsted.
yarn worsted that come in some...
What is that color called? Maybe, I don't think that's undyed.
No, it's not undyed. Farmer's Daughter dyes this for
That's a really beautiful color, whatever that one is.
for spin cycle.
It's actually, I think, the color that's...
I forget.
I
you
thought
guys.
it was in... And it's got a really cool name. Oh, shoot.
It's the really light color. You can get this, I believe, at spincycle.com, but I know you can get it at Farmer's Daughter.
It's
Fiber.
such a beautiful neutral that I think can read like stony gray or kind of... It's not cream. It's cool. You don't have your tag?
No,
What do you do with your tags?
probably just rip it off.
Burn
No.
them?
I should put it in the middle. This came undyed to Candace, and it is the same base as Spin Cycle uses, but then Candace
Right.
developed a palette where she dyes several colors of it.
So last year was the sport weight, Spinster's Daughter. Now it's Spinster's Daughter worsted. Tons of patterns coming out with it. Who doesn't love a worsted weight project?
I'm gonna do like a 4 probably for the ribbing, and I'm gonna do a 5. I just don't know if I'll get a good enough. Oh, because it's
If
all
somebody
over.
swatched, they'd be able to.
But it's all
figure
over
it out for
color
them.
work,
Yeah.
so I'm going up to a 5.
Yeah. Okay, well, we can't wait to see how this goes for you.
Yeah. I wanted to make sure we integrated and we changed our theme in the background of our website. So I really wanted to prioritize that this week.
Yes.
And we were
It's been a busy week.
getting all your amazing orders out for FGF yarn. So this is going to be my project tomorrow.
A treat.
You know
Cast
what we're
on
going to do,
something.
you guys? New Man, if you're in the area, Tammy and her lovely husband of New Mana Yarns are opening their studio slash shop space Saturday. We're going.
Oh, we're going to go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out.
So if you're in the area, come see Tammy.
Yeah, it's grand opening. Who doesn't love a grand opening? Yarn's gorgeous. It's going to be super, super fun. Just last night, I mean, honestly, I had to sit on my fingers not to keep going with my vest, but I wanted to show the two sides of what it looked like before I did the 3-needle bind off and blah, whatever.
Blah.
And then I remembered, okay, my next project is to finish another sweater that I love. I put it on hold and knew that I was going to come back to it. This is
I forgot about this.
I did not forget about this. This is the Elton by Joji Locatelli. It's being knit in all Mondim sock yarn. So
Tracie, it's so nice.
Rosa-
I forgot about this.
I did not forget. And it's going to be the quickest to finish. All I have are sleeves, you guys. So if you look up the Elton pullover, it's a stripe of fingering weight and a stripe of mohair and lace weight. So it's like gauzy and ethereal and delicate and beautiful. And I just thought I might wear a version more that's all wool. Like
Look
the
at
stripes
this.
would be, I know.
Is this for me?
If it fits.
No. Tracie, it's so nice. The weight
I can't
is
wait to block it.
beautiful.
Yeah, the weight is awesome.
Can you bring this and I can wear it?
Yes, of course. These are the colors I chose. Oh, okay.
You should see it with jeans, you guys. This is like a denim. This is like a bluey gray.
Yeah. It's definitely like a slatey blue gray. Some people really say it's gray, and I
But
really
look at it next to denim.
I thought it was always kind of bluey gray, like instead of gray blue. Yeah, that's what I thought it was, gray blue. That is the color 301.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And it's a heathered bluish gray. And then I'm using their pitch black. Not like the dark charcoal, not a heathered anything.
It's a
and
nice black.
that's the color 119. And it's pitch black. A lot of yarn is like, black is a hard one, right?
Black is a hard one.
I love it. And it's a joy to knit from. It's awesome. Hohi's patterns are amazing. So many people have knit these, so just go check it out on Ravelry. Oh, I'm knitting and I did add a little bit of a pop of color on the neckband, and it is also Mondim. It's the one that La Bien-Aimée dyes. It is the same yarn base, but they do their own colors, and that's the color Amy's Flashy Lipstick. Super hot pink.
Hohi's knitting with this right now.
Amy's Flashy Lipstick?
Well, she said she just called it lipstick.
I don't know.
I would imagine maybe it's the same. It looks the same.
Listen, this color is amazing. It's super beautiful fuchsia hot pink. I don't know, maybe fuchsia's more purple. This is definitely like the watermelon-y pink, blue pink kind of. I'm not sure how I'm going to incorporate it on the sleeves, but I want to. I don't know that I want to do the exact same thing. I feel like maybe I want to add a stripe instead, right? Something like that.
Oh, I love that.
So I'm just whipping around with the yarns. It's so easy and so quick to knit, right? Like I could, while my vest is blocking, I will do some sleeves. So, and that is living in our beautiful Hohi & Co. Knitter's Tote, which was such a fun collaboration with Hohi & Company. It's got I was going to say a million pockets, but I'll tell you for real, it's got 2 big pockets on the outside and three pockets on the inside, and it just holds everything.
It's such a good size. Sorry, I was looking up a pattern.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember.
Yeah.
It is such a good size. The straps are perfect. It's not a shoulder bag.
No.
But it's the perfect little caddy, you guys.
It
It
is.
sits. Oh, it's so cute.
And it's honestly, it's the greatest thing for projects.
I mean,
little
we
projects.
say that because it's ours, but
We're
we
super
curated
biased.
it because we know what we love to use when we're putting our projects in bags.
This was like, what do you want to make? Like when we spoke to Hohi at the beginning, you know, she said, what do you want? And she can shoot down all the ideas that we have that aren't going to work. But, you know, it was really fun to work together. And I was just like, pockets. We need pockets. It needs to be... Anyway, it's phenomenal. So you will see this back in Hohi's shop at some point. And they come and go. And so thank you to everybody that gets excited and has purchased one. And even just likes the pictures or whatever. We really love that. We're so honored to be able to work with a company we love so much.
We always kind of say like the products we love the most are when it's like makers making products for makers. And I want to say, you know, knitting, but like there's different tools and notions and bags and things that we'll come across and we're like, that's amazing. Like, for example, Thread and Maple.
Yeah.
Their binder. I know it's pricey and it's an investment. It's not everyone's price point, but even just a page, like it's a knitter making or knitter or crocheter making items for makers, and
Right.
they're just
Small businesses.
Yes.
Lots of them are women owned. Lots of them are really sort of like making their own path.
Yeah.
Right? They've
Yeah.
designed things that didn't exist before. And then we think, wow, how did we live without that?
yeah. Yeah.
So-
I totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I have some other things to show before I get into my Ravelry. I've saved so many good patterns.
Good.
And then at the end, we'll talk about like the planning, like what do we think about and stuff for our
Okay, good.
fall knitting.
I have I have a couple of patterns to show. I just didn't know what was going on today.
No.
Because of like we were just here last
Listen.
week. Although I did knit in the evenings, but it was a busy week work-wise,
Yeah.
which was great.
Mm-hmm.
Happy to be super busy. It's kind of awesome, actually. I love working from home. It's the flexibility of that, but it's like, where does the day go?
That's it.
Right?
Yeah.
It's great. I
Yeah.
love it. Love it. Okay. Where were we? We might have been on the cruise when I bought this.
Well, if I'm honest, if I knew about it, I would have bought it.
I don't remember. I feel like we were away somewhere.
Show the box.
Maybe
too.
it was even last Knit City, like in the fall. I don't know. No, it couldn't have been that long ago. I don't remember where we were, but all I
Ireland.
remember, that's where it was. All I remember is hitting add to cart, check out. I'm not missing out on this.
And then did you forget until it arrived?
Kind of a little bit. I wasn't waiting for it. I didn't know when it was coming, but I was really looking forward to it. What am I talking about? I always miss these. I miss the Barrett Wool boxes. And they released one called the Winter Woodland Ornament Collection. And this box...
They sell out fast.
They do.
Because-
like, it's a small... Like, everything in these boxes... like hand-wound minis and, they've, or whatever, on the machine, but like somebody's sitting there winding the mini skeins, I think, for you and curating
yes.
the boxes.
Yes.
This is Susan B. Anderson and her son Evan. This is their yarn company, Barrett Wool Co. Giant fans. We adore Susan. I just think,
Bye, Lisa.
I mean, it's old news that she is so incredibly, especially like her talent, the lane she's in. I feel like there's not a lot of people in that lane. I love all her little animals and ornaments, and I just didn't even care what was in the box. I just knew I wanted it. I can't show you everything because I feel like that would spoil it. I'm sure lots of people haven't got theirs yet, but it is a collection of ornaments and you get a bunch of yarn.
Let me put it on my lap.
Okay. I don't know what I can share, really, if I'm being honest. But you get everything, including
Safety eyes.
safety eyes, the twine to make the little faces of your animals, the twine to hang your ornament on whatever you want to hang it on. There are, look at these, scissors that are themed to the Woodland box. You get all, like, 10 colors of yarn. And it's her Wisconsin woolen spun fingering weight. And
Are you serious?
I'm like reaching my finger down and squishing it, and it's soft and beautiful. Like, it's just gorgeous wool. So of course you get a letter from Susan and Evan and tells you what was in the box and kind of the process of everything. And you get an e-file. You get a PDF of all the patterns. There's a whole bunch of them.
Was that immediately when you checked out, or was it after?
No, I got that before,
when it shipped?
like I think when the box shipped. Okay, but you know what I did? I'm such a pattern printer. The e-file's great. Lots of people are just going to be like, I'm going to use it on the digital, on my iPad or whatever. I went and had it.
I was thinking when you opened the box.
I-
God, look what Susan
No,
did.
this is a bit of an investment. Getting this done, let me tell you, I think it's worth every penny. Later, you can flip through this if you want. Let me tell you, I can't even with the
The
designs.
joy a coil-bound thing brings me.
And the designs that I get to knit. I can't wait.
Staples does this, you guys, for not a lot of money.
No, that's not true. Staples does it for not cheap.
How many pages? Let's just gauge. How many pages?
It depends. It depends on everything. It depends on the paper you pick.
I want to know how much it cost you to get that bound.
$50.
Okay.
$46.
Yeah.
Yeah. 70.
But there's
71 pages. I did.
That's a lot of pages.
I put the clear cover on it, and I got the coil binding.
Is it front and back?
Yeah. No. Yeah. So.
Oh, you could do. Oh, yeah.
So
okay.
it's 36 pages.
Because front and back is. Oh, it's beautiful though,
Oh,
you
Jody.
guys.
It's but to me, this is like the way I want to knit from something.
And to be able to fully fold it back on itself and turn it over and have that in
I
front
love
of
a
you.
coil bound anything, cookbook, whatever.
I
but
would work
there's-
at Stables just to do this.
And like I sent my order and I did not choose same day or 24-hour or whatever. It was done the next day. So I picked it up the next day.
Oh, you can print and bound at Edmonton Public Library.
Oh, well,
EPL.
don't tell me that okay, I should know for next time. Anyway, I love it. I'm very happy with the investment of it. I'm dying to knit these little things. I haven't read the whole thing, but if you love Susan and her patterns with her little animals, this is your jam. So I'm sure at some point,
And these.
this is one of those
Yeah, I knit that.
yeah, we knit that. I gotta find mine. Anyway,
Oh, you guys.
beyond adorable,
fun.
beyond adorable. I'm
Fun, fun,
thrilled and so excited. Usually I knit ornaments for other people. I think I'm going to knit these for me. All of them. And there's tons of yarn in here. Way more than you need. But she gave you all these colors. This has to be way more yarn than you need.
Probably. It's so good.
It's so amazing. So I know it's sold out. Don't get mad at me. But here's your warning that when they do these boxes, they're so well supported. They sell out. Sometimes the box will come back, like another second go round. Like the bunny box in the spring. Missed the bunny box. When I saw the bunny box, it was like,
Gone.
yeah, thanks for supporting our bunny box.
Yeah.
And they're gone. So I enjoy that little knitting these little ornament things very much. So follow Barrett Wool and get their newsletters.
Yeah, they're amazing. They're amazing for gift knits. They're amazing for the holidays. They're amazing. Yeah. They're fun. They're amazing for yourself to put on a shelf. These little,
put it on a little shelf. Hang it off your bulletin board. Like if you have a little area. This is not Christmas. This is just these little tiny woodland patterns. Do whatever you want with it.
Yeah.
There's a million things. You could have a little basket of these little, like, do whatever you want. Make a fairy garden.
Do it or don't.
Do it or don't. I'm just telling you right now that
It's
I'm
fun.
like,
It'll bring you joy if you do.
I just about died when I saw the box. I was so excited.
Speaking of, who was going to tell me Jellycats were this amazing?
Is this like that thing you bought in Alaska? What is
No.
a Jellycat? Where do you find this stuff?
This was a gift from my daughter.
From where? That's not a cat.
No, the brand is Jellycat, you guys. I'm now a collector of Jellycats. They're not inexpensive. This was $42.
So they're all stuffies.
This is Louis Lama.
Okay, that's freaking adorable.
So now-
Jellycats are that amazing. Star, I didn't know about them. Oh my god.
You can get a
from London.
You could get a croissant. You can get a salt and pepper shaker. You can get a hot dog. You can get all these animals.
I would like the cute little kitchen-y ones for in my kitchen.
Okay, so now anyone buying me a gift, it can be a Jellycat.
Jody, I'm gonna do it right now.
The official.
The problem is once you get
You're not-
collecting, people don't know what you've got.
You're not ready. Do you want an egg? Do you want a soccer ball?
I want the egg. He wears glasses.
Do you want 80s cassette tape?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, here I go. I'm going to follow, obviously, duh. Jellycat.
Do you want an eggplant wearing a vampire costume?
Probably not.
How about a spooky paws cat?
You know what? I'm not the giant
Yeah.
Halloweener.
Do you want a peanut?
Is a Halloweener a thing?
Halloweener? No, Halloween's everywhere.
That would be the cutest pattern. A hot dog dressed up as a vampire, and it's called a Halloweener. Crochet people. Okay, what's that?
A macaroon?
Oh yeah, those are cute.
I mean, they're.
Oh, the otter's adorable.
How about marshmallows?
Oh, that's so cute. Okay, I'm following now. Why do they only have 2,800 followers? Okay. Oh, I love the food.
They're amazing, you guys.
Look at the food, people.
Yes.
I really like the food.
They're.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of like.
That's from 2021. Okay, I'm putting it in Instagram stories for grocery girls. Listen, we're probably the last ones to know about it, so I feel kind of silly. Have you seen? Yeah.
Around forever.
6 years ago.
Anyway,
Dachshund
they're pretty fun.
dressed up for Halloween. That's
Yeah,
cute. Oh
that's
yeah.
cute.
Halloweener dog. Funny.
Okay, so that's good.
Okay,
I've
I
got
want the little one. Look, they've got little ones like keychainy kind of.
Yeah.
Hang them on your knitting bag.
Yeah, there's a piece of
That's
toast.
Cute.
There's a cloud, a rain cloud. I think they're really fun.
I could go for the croissant. I
love whimsy.
I love a good carb.
Yeah.
There used to be all kinds of cute stuff like that in the 80s, you guys.
I bought you another gift.
Oh, Jody.
I was at Winners.
Thank you.
And I thought, I also bought myself something kind of similar. But look at this. Hear me out.
Okay. I love the sparkle.
We are going to be traveling and having dinners out. So this caught my eye.
And I love,
because it's a shape of a knitting bag that we use, you guys. It's like a sack.
you can shove your knitting
Look.
and phone and lipstick in there. That's all I need.
This is for you
Thank
to go to
you.
dinner with. It's from Winners, but you guys, it's handcrafted in India.
Oh my
And it has a little bit about the company, but it's so incredibly beautiful.
Did you get yourself one?
Something similar, a little more flashy, but I thought this
A
was
little
you.
more flashy.
If
I
you-
love it. Thank you. What a fun thing. Don't you find treasures there?
Well, it's funny. I was going to DSW upstairs in the brewery district, right?
Yeah.
Upstairs. But something caught my eye that was flashy in the Winners window. So I said to Jordan, let's go look. We found the most amazing little bags. And
It's
this,
adorable. And I'll be honest with you, one of my favorite things is black and white.
$50. If I'm
love it.
honest, it would have been perfect if it was black.
Right.
But,
No, but I love it.
because it's like a little knitting sack.
And it feels like I love the weight of it. Jody, thank you.
Yeah.
Hand
Sparkle-
beaded.
I know. Like pearls and sequins.
Yeah, there's no way machines can do that, right?
No.
Do you follow that young designer Max something? Max. Like he's 9 or 10 or something. And he's like,
Yes.
do you follow him?
Yes.
And he was going to all these designers, ateliers, and getting all these, oh my gosh. It was phenomenal. I love following him.
He's like a genius. When I see stuff like that, I look at my kids and go, can you step it up and do
Really?
better?"
Like,
By underachieving, I'm
did you see, anyway, I can talk to you about it more later, but it's really interesting. They're like, he says things that he shouldn't even know about. They think he's like Gucci reincarnated. Did you hear that?
He could be.
I don't know, you guys. I don't know anything about anything. But I did enjoy all of his visits to like Isaac Mizrahi and all these other people.
It's amazing to see
His skill is unbelievable.
these young people, and he's really young.
And I think they said he was like 4 when he started designing things. Like,
his brain
You're
doesn't
born
work like
with the
us.
passion.
You're a genius.
born with it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
that's funny.
And then my daughter buys me one and keeps it. Oh, the Jellycats.
Yeah.
I bet. I
Yeah.
bet. That would be a fun collector. Hey, here's your llama. He's so cute.
Jordan came out of the shop,
What's
and
his-
it's
where-
Louis.
Did she get it
Where
here?
did she get it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chapters has a bunch, but it wasn't Chapters.
Hmm.
Oh! She went into the mall while I was getting my injection. I'm not sure where she got it, but she came out with one for herself, too. A
Oh,
bunny.
Super cute. I love that he's all like not perfect. Like I love that his hair is kind of like,
Yeah.
I just woke up.
Does this bring you trauma when you got spit on by an alpaca?
No.
Wasn't that funny?
It was hysterical. Like,
Amber got it in her mouth. That was so good. I would reenact that moment every
and then you're peeing
day.
your pants.
I peed my pants because they got spit in the face. Anyway.
And just thinking about it now is hysterical.
Those moments get embedded in your brain and they don't leave.
It was so funny. First of all, I get excited about going to a farm with alpacas and then feeding them, and then they got attitude. That was our Flock Fiber Festival
Every
weekend.
time I see a llama or an alpaca, it brings me back to that memory.
Right.
I'm grateful for Amber getting spit in the mouth.
Right.
Anyway.
She provided a lot of entertainment that day.
Totally.
You're the only one that got away unscathed.
I don't know how that happened. I have it on video.
and you were the one more in their face than I was.
I really was.
But I was like right dead center. And I got
Yes.
all this like grassy crap. It was hysterical. I didn't get the snotty, it was
You still got spit on.
It was spit, yeah, but it wasn't like hawking, like thick.
It's not hawking. It's like they're just like, give me food.
Whatever.
My turn.
They had attitudes. They had a bad
Yes.
attitude.
Yeah.
It was hysterical, and it will never.
Oh, Amber's here. Yeah,
Not
thanks. I
make me
got
laugh.
PTSD. Amber,
I actually don't think that's a lie.
like she's flossing her teeth with the because alpaca.
I'm wondering
got
if there's
straw
still
in her
grass
teeth.
in there somewhere. It's very, very funny.
That was too good. Anyway.
Okay, what's going on now?
Okay, so
Are we talking patterns?
We're talking patterns, and we're also talking about
Let's do fall inspo.
sometimes there's these amazing patterns that come out, and we always like the it patterns or patterns that are just really popular for the moment. And I wonder, sometimes I've knit some pattern. I feel like I'm all over the place. I feel like I want to be a little more thoughtful by what I pick
I just feel
and
like
plan.
the whole industry moves so fast that I can fall in love with something, and the next week and the week after and the week after, like all the releases just keep happening and happening. It doesn't mean I love this first one less, but it's like, how do you keep up? You have to.
I know.
Focus. You have to pick something.
So here's the thing for me, and that's exactly what's happening. Like, I want to knit Andrea Mowry's framed sweater so bad, but then I see all these other ones coming out right behind it, and I'm just like I can't focus. Like, how do you end up picking and choosing? That's what happens to me where I don't get something on my needles.
Right.
So, and then for weeks I'll have trouble deciding, and then really I could have had a sweater knit.
That's so funny that you say that, because the one that I think I'm going to cast on is years old, and it's just still something that comes to the back of my mind. Like, I still really want to make that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to make something that is current and new. I think I'm going to make this one it's actually also Andrea Mowry. It was a Rhinebeck sweater.
Are you knitting the pink?
It's, what the heck is it called?
Oh my.
I will get it.
Okay, Tracie, it might be the one I want to cast on.
That's okay.
So that was my question. I get so distracted by everything that comes out. I end up having a hard time committing. Now,
I don't want to start things and then leave them and not finish them. Like, even though I've got this Elton that's been sitting forever,
It
I
hasn't
really
been forever.
do love. Oh, and I knew it just had sleeves. Like, I was
Yeah.
not going to leave
Yeah.
it. I knew it was going to be a fall thing. Now I lost my train of thought. I do love to always have a sweater on the needles. Like, I love wearing sweaters as many days as I can. Like
know.
when we pack
really
for a
do.
crew, I wear them all the time. And so I'm really loving the whole fingering / sport weight. Here's my concern, and it's only my thought about the framed sweater, which I love the look of. I love that quilt type motif. I love everything about that design. For me, I worry about a double layer worsted weight sweater.
yes.
So I would probably do it in a lighter yarn. That's probably the only thing. I would still love to knit it.
I also think with the woolen spun, it's not the lighter spun wool, although it's superwash, that the properties of this spin cycle yarn are really light. But you're right, it's a double weight. So that's just something. Is it something you're going to wear? Think about your climate.
Listen, I love it so much.
I have trouble pulling the trigger
And
because
it's
I
only
get to.
menopausal that I'm thinking.
I know.
Listen, I love that pattern so much. And that's the one thing. You can knit, like, you can go down a gauge on the main color and still use the spin cycle.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can still do all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's going to be a million of them walking. I mean, it's stunning. I don't want people to think that I'm saying something wrong or about it. But that is the one thing I think about, the double layer of worsted weight yarn.
Yeah. You just got to think about when you wear
Does
the
that
sweaters
work for you where you live, personally for your body, whatever?
I'm also heavily contemplating not adding sleeves and looking at wearing it just as a cute little, it'll be like a little cap drop shoulder moment.
And I feel like even just finishing it a little bit with a teeny little sleeve, like not like it'll finish here, but like add that little,
or even just ribbing.
And then have it a thing where you wear a long sleeve t-shirt and wear it all the time.
That's what I'm thinking.
Bob's your uncle.
Right?
Yeah. Bob's your designer.
Yeah.
No, I love that idea.
I love that.
Because the yarn that it's designed in, the Farmer's Daughter and the Spin Cycle, are like, you feel them and squish them, and it's going to be the most phenomenally beautiful garment.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you've made me think about something.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, show me what it is you want to make.
Okay, just a minute. I'm going in. Just a sec. I'm pulling it up. Let's do
I mean, if I'm being
sweaters.
honest, I've got more than one. I want to make the pink fizz. That's definitely fingering weight. I just don't feel up to that at the moment.
Alpenglow is really nice.
Oh, I love the Alpenglow too. This one is sport weight.
Illuminate.
Oh my God.
Told
Jody.
you.
Okay, I've always wanted.
Of course it is.
And I'm thinking, okay, like I have Spin Cycle that I'm waiting to use in my stash. Like,
This appeals to me on every single level.
I've loved it from the beginning.
So what? It's so funny that we didn't knit it at the time.
Will you knit it with the Surrey?
So tell me what it's knit with.
It's knit with Magpie fibers, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Magpie feather. So Spin Cycle Nocturne is like the main color woolly one, and then the color work all the way down was a fuzzy yarn from Magpie. So how much do you love that?
Oh, it's
like the beautiful fluff. I could absolutely do that. But I also think with it being sport weight that I could, like, I wonder if I have enough Spin Cycle to...
Not everyone did the full stripes underneath too. You could think about that. I mean,
Yeah.
I do love that aspect of the design.
Yeah, it's beautiful. There's so many stunning... And now, I mean, it's been years. This was a Rhinebeck sweater in 2021.
Okay.
So if I show up at the hill wearing my Illuminate, am I a little late? That's
Right.
so-
I'm
that-
here.
That's so fun. I'm here. I made it.
Totally.
Okay. Like, you can, like, there's so many stunning versions. I'm just on the pattern page. There's Brie in her beautiful version. There's so many. Oh, here's a neutral.
I mean, look
It
at
looks so different with all the different colors.
look at this one, you guys. Junction. It's called Junction. It's another one, but I gotta pull it up.
Oh, that's nice too.
Right?
Yeah. Can't go wrong. Anyway, that's hilarious that we both picked that. I'm kind of not surprised. We love stripes.
So here's I want to just show one thing while I
So I feel like sport weight, I might even do 20 stitch gauge.
right.
It's 22, but I think you could do 20.
I want to let you know before I forget. You guys loved the Magpie Darling shawl. Do you remember the sequin one?
Yes.
2 balls of
I
sequins.
want to knit that too.
And then 1 strand of fuzz, which it happens to be the cashmere alpaca. Amanda has pre-orders open
Fabulous.
because the other one she had sold out. So if you were looking to get that kit, you guys, it's incredible.
And if you're looking to like dabble in sparkle in your life, that's such a good project.
yeah,
It's not a huge shawl, but it is so beautiful on.
there's a whole bunch of colors, you guys. It's really
So
spectacular.
Amanda's got the fluff and the sparkle, and off you go.
I'm gonna see if she'll let me borrow it for the cruise.
Oh,
Well, it's in my house. I
hey,
may or may not ever send
you
it
should
back.
take the orange one because of Orange Night.
What orange one?
Well, there was one in Lollipop.
Oh, I'll take that too. That was my sample, but the sample I showed last week,
The gray bluey.
that's her sample.
Oh, okay.
She knit that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because the other one would be perfect.
I'm gonna hold it hostage.
You can take them both.
Oh.
I have to say, I should cast that on.
Anyway, just wanted to let you
Gosh, I
know
could totally
before I
cast that
forget.
on.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's light. It adds a little bit, and it's just really fun.
It's kind of, you can make it kind of fancy. You can make
Yeah.
it kind of sporty,
Yeah.
right? Like you can use the fluff.
Okay,
Super
back
warm.
to
Okay.
Ravelry.
So do you really think that, so what are your other options?
So
I don't have many other. I would love to hear what our friends out there think I should cast on.
I saved some sweaters that were new
Okay.
See, that's what I mean. I go into Ravelry, like I think, oh, I want to cast on the frame sweater.
Yeah.
And then I go into Ravelry or go on Instagram and see all these amazing knits for the fall.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, I want to knit this one and this one and this one. And then I don't cast on.
And then you're like, well, just forget it.
This is called...
I'm going on TikTok. And then I come home with whatever.
Then I come home with boxes of fabric and stuffed animals.
I'm just going to go buy yarn. I'm not going to cast anything on.
So this is a brand new sweater. It is knit with lace plus lace plus lace.
So 3 strands of mohair?
She's calling it bulky, but it's a 16 stitch, which is easily a DK. You can get gauge or easily a
Worsted.
fingering. Yeah, worsted.
DK and mohair, for sure.
Right. But at a 6mm needle, fingering and mohair.
Sure. That's very much, that's like
It's
the
a
ranunculus.
beautiful
People
gauge.
do that all the
Okay,
time.
so
What does this look like? Now we're
sorry,
dying to know.
I'm just going to find the right picture. Well, this is the picture. That's not a really great photo. Just a sec, you guys. This is just showing part of the sweater. I want to, okay, so here it is too. I just thought it was such a beautiful...
See, you know what I love about that gauge
Folded
and
collar.
that fluffy yarn is it's very open. Even though it's made with a fluffy yarn that you think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be too hot. The open stitch gauge, the large, like your stitches are not tight together. It doesn't feel too hot.
It doesn't feel too hot.
And let me tell you, you guys, that's one of my motivations these days. I can't have sweaters that make me
I feel like this
overheat.
shape and gauge would be a beautiful
Well, I think
staple.
you should make, you know what would be
Right?
really fun? You know how sometimes there's like a variegated mohair?
Yeah.
I think that would be really fun where one of those mohair would be like a variegated. So you'd get a little bit of like a watercolor paintery effect.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Yeah. Not super
used
contrasty,
to
but
do-
like,
We used to do mohair on lots with lots of speckles and stuff, and then just kind of went with solids. But that's a really good idea.
I
To
think
do some
so.
kits
or
or
like
whatever?
speckled mohairs, whatever you're
Yeah.
gonna call it.
Yeah.
But something that's like maybe the same base as like Whisper or Stone or whatever, but you've added some really pretty colors into it. I love that idea. I would knit that.
I would knit the shit out of that.
Totally. I would wear the crap out of it too.
Okay. Thea Coleman these are all brand new this week.
That's another one I want to
Thea
knit.
Coleman just came out with this sweater, you guys. It is so unbelievably beautiful. It's called Macassin. It's by Thea Coleman. It's knit with magpie fibers nested. It's a worsted weight yarn. Look how gorgeous this is.
That's a
you
beautiful
guys.
yarn. I think that's a non-superwash. I actually think I have gray of that.
This has
I gotta
the
start-
most beautiful cable down the front. I'm going to show you a couple other details. Oh, you can see the details in the sleeve. There's a beautiful cable running also down the side of the
Let's
sleeve.
see. Oh yeah. I want to knit every single one of Thea's designs.
And she's put 2 little buttons. This is beautiful.
Okay, here's something that's in the very, very, like I might cast this on this weekend. That's how much I want this. And then the Illuminate could be a travel project.
The back. Oh, the Illuminate is a terrible travel project.
No, it's just 2 colors of yarn.
No.
Yes.
Charts. No. Charts.
Well, I would have to do the
Forget it.
Stupid idea. Okay, this I think I'm going to cast on this weekend. I'm crazy about vests. I wanted to make this Grapefruit Lady by
It's
Thea
called
Coleman.
Grapefruit Lady?
It's called Grapefruit Lady, right?
Oh, Tracie.
Grapefruit Pink Lady.
That's cute.
It is a very simple texture. It gives you the vest vibe. Some people wear it just like by themselves, like as a summery thing, but it's worsted weight. It's 20 stitch gauge. It's been out for ages and ages.
Oh, that's amazing.
I love it. I don't know what color I would do. I know I already have yarn for it. I think I would use a DK. This was originally designed in Magpie Nest worsted. Same worsted weight yarn.
That's so nice.
Just depending on what color I can find in my stash.
So thank you, Star, for putting up the code. Use code XXX for 20% off this brand new pattern of Thea's.
What?
It's it's that new, you guys.
That's exciting.
Okay,
Okay, again, it's basically 2/3 of a sweater, no sleeves. I'm here for it. Or I could put sleeves on it.
Yeah, you can. No, don't put sleeves on it. Okay, so the next is by DM jumper. It is a bulk. Oh no, I don't want to show that one.
This one's
weird.
popular. I think it's got. I've seen a lot of people wear this. That's so freaking cute. If this was in black, you could dress it up.
Yes, you could.
I don't want.
I'm just not sure.
I'm not knitting black. I'm not doing it.
This is called by DM cardigan. It's Navita Design Studio. It's really beautiful. It is super bulky, but I just think this is a really fun kind of like you're wearing.
What's the yarn? Novita.
I don't know what that is.
I wonder if it's like an unspun yarn. Sometimes those super bulky ones are like really light and airy.
This is meant to be super. It's not ever going to be everybody's cup of tea, but it's really oversized. Like you're wearing a grandpa oversized cardigan in this really beautiful fuzzy yarn. I just love this.
Jody, that photo, like the photo is phenomenal. Really, these photos, I mean, this is like my worst thing to make for myself.
I'm going to do that next time. No clothes.
It's
just
like,
the sweater. That's going to be for my sock.
I mean, those photos are supposed to make you feel like, oh, I want to be like that. Yeah. I want to have that experience. That's awesome.
Okay.
I love this.
Not everyone wants to knit fingering, but for you fingering gals, 26 stitches. This is called a striped sweater by Wilhelmine Rhonda. It's pretty.
Okay, I love it.
I love this.
No. That is
what are we going to do with all of our leftovers or mini sets, you guys? You're going to knit this sweater.
You could just dig in you don't even need very much of anything for those stripes.
I love this. You know what? I forgot to even ask if it's not really size inclusive at all. It only goes up to 52 inches. So I probably, if I would have looked, it's definitely not size inclusive. So I apologize because, but Vera Valimaki.
Vera just had one come out.
It's very, very pretty. It's an all over colorwork sweater. It is.
What's the gauge of that one?
I don't want to even pronounce it. SAIE.
Maybe it's Say sweater?
But it's very, very pretty. I would love to see this in some different colors. This motif in the middle, you guys, I love.
And did you see that there's actually 2 rows there? Like there's a pale, pale pink.
Yes.
Yeah. So listen, color choice on that. I love what Vera chose.
Look at this. Okay,
but that is truly all over color work. Oh, that's cute. Wow.
This motif looks like a candle to me.
And there's 20% off the pattern till Monday, you guys.
Yeah, it's that new. Oh, this is pretty.
Really pretty. I love the curved, archy kind of color work.
Who is that?
I feel like we don't see that very often.
Don't we know her? We met her.
Yeah, looks super familiar.
Don't you think? Look at her.
That
gorgeous.
Makes my heart stop. Don't do that.
Why?
Because then I feel like I have to pull a name out of someone.
No, not a name, certainly, but
yes, looks like someone we've had the pleasure of meeting for sure.
We actually spoke to her too. I can't even believe we forgot her name.
Well, I can believe I did for sure, because that's okay. This is a fingering weight sweater. I'm surprised because it's 22 stitch gauge. I love that. This is also Vera's pattern. It's called My Penner Top. Pianer Top. Just Pianer Top.
What is it?
Not that. It's not that. Okay, it is short sleeved and it's got this beautiful feather and fan lace striped with stockinette. Is it feather and fan? Yeah, I think so. I love feather and fan. Sophie was wearing her version of this at Knit City. Sophie of Botanical Yarn. was wearing almost identical, like the goldy yellow and the pink. And it looked so good on her. Short sleeved, boxy silhouette, super easy to wear. Looks like drop shoulder with a teeny little sleeve added. I love it.
I love that too, Trace.
Yeah, I love it. 22 stitch gauge. I love that. In stockinette and in lace. Huh.
Oh, this, you guys, I am so bummed. If anyone knows of a similar pattern.
Ooh, that's so cute. You sent that to me and I was like...
I would have cast this on the day I saw it.
No, what's the problem?
It's not available anymore.
Okay, but if you can find like a vest like that, then the ruffle shouldn't be too difficult.
The ruffle shouldn't be too difficult, but this
but
is...
it's nice to have a pattern.
The silver slip over, and it just says pattern not available anymore.
Wow.
But yes, I know the Stockholm slip over that you and I both have knit, but then you just have extra stitches to make a little bit of a ruffle.
Well, you do an increase. You would pick up on the bottom and then increase your stitches, like double or triple them right away to make a ruffle. Then you knit, 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 and bind off.
I want this.
Okay, you could do it.
So cute. Because I was looking at vests. I also saw this Seeing Spots vest that is knit. It's a 16 stitch. It's a worsted gauge, but I think it's very beautiful. I'm all about the vest right now, right? But look, that's color work all over just little dots. I love this so much.
Let's see. What are you, oh yeah, that's super cute.
Isn't it?
Super simple.
Yeah.
But like the color of your yarn really shines.
Yeah.
Seeing
it's
Spots.
by, oh, so cute. Alfia. Afifa? Afifi. Afifa?
Oh, Afifa.
Do you know her?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Afifa.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, let me see.
So good.
I mean, I know one lady named...
Sorry.
Did you get a new case?
Yeah.
I need a new case so badly.
Yeah, just on Amazon. So that's what I think about when I'm planning for the fall.
Yes,
I know
yes,
ultimately
yes.
you guys, we would have cast on ultimately
That's
I would have cast
exciting.
on the beginning of July, knit my vest or my sweaters through the summer so I can knit it or have them for the fall. But
Listen, a vest does not take
that's
long.
not what happens. I got to get something on the needles.
Look at how fast you made your Stockholm slipover. Vests really are kind of one of those almost instant gratification things.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing something at like a worsted weight gauge, like 17 stitch or 18 stitches or whatever.
Yeah. So
Jody, that ruffle thing is doable.
the bottom line, I just want to get a sweater on my needles. I want to get a vest on my needles. So if
Like, no problemo.
there's also the Sunset sweatshirt by Jessie May. Remember that we showed you guys? Oh God, Candace looks so cute in it. Candace is just putting hers on. She knit.
I love a good wardrobe staple.
Look at that. That's it. She said she knit a small. It is meant to be
That's
oversized.
awesome.
It's knit in her Farmer's Daughter spinster yarn.
Oh.
I think it's, what is it? Fingering held with mohair. Oh, she's having a cowl. A knit along.
I love it.
She has
When was
10
that?
inches of positive ease. It's starting now. This was an hour ago.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
So there's a cowl going on. Oh, I love it, you guys. Okay, just a minute. I feel like I'm all over the place today.
Are you done with that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Olga Jazzy. Olga just came out with a crochet pattern, I think yesterday. It's called the Pleat Tote, and it's knit in a raffia yarn. I totally want to make this. That's the what it looks like all out, but look at this. It totally, like, it folds up into this little square.
Ah,
Like
what? Wow.
So we were lucky enough to take a class with Olga and learn sort of some techniques about the way she manipulates fabric and creates all these like holes
It was
and
incredible.
textures. And first of all, she's just awesome. And this tote bag, I cannot even. I feel like, and I looked up the yarn. There's a million colors. There's even like metallic-y, like silvery, rose goldy. This looks to me like something that we're all going to go out and buy in a shop. It looks so professional.
That is so cool. Her brain it was amazing how it worked and the shape she created and what she could do with manipulating the stitches to change direction and shape.
But here's the other thing too. Remember we were like looking at her samples going, oh, that looks hard. Very not difficult. The things we learned, we were like, oh, that's all you do to make this cool texture. Like, not everything was, the things we tried were beginner friendly.
Yeah.
And yet, when you look at the swatch, you're like, how do you
She
do
was
that?
a very good teacher, and her
Super great
instructions
teacher.
were very clear.
Great teacher.
Yeah.
So nice
That
to
is
talk
beautiful.
to. I know.
That's so beautiful.
So anyway, it's made with this yarn called by ISPI, and it's raffia, true 100% rayon viscose raffia. So not like the, like, you know, when we wrap presents and it's kind of like papery. This is not like that.
No, because that breaks.
This would be like bamboo.
Similar, but like, oh my God.
Anyway,
love
it
that.
has, okay, look at this. Hold the phone.
Add a thread.
This is also a color palette.
Oh.
Like, and also bright colors. So not just cream, like maybe you're thinking, that's not my jam. I do love it. I think that cream is classic
Beautiful.
and crisp, and that's stunning. But you can also have some fun. Why is it not doing that? Don't be such a...
God, wait for a split second for it to
Friggin'
pop
computer.
up.
Well, I'm trying to, I keep hitting the picture and it's popping
Oh.
up the one before it.
Okay, what else?
Garbage, whatever. Garbage. Forget it. Forget it. You're going to have to go check it out yourself. So go to Ravelry. You can check out the pattern and click on the yarn and see if you love it.
I cut my hair.
This pattern has 14 video tutorials included. So you're not on your own. I'm totally going to try
I'm
and make
nervous.
this.
Does that mean it's complicated?
It's crochet and it says skill level intermediate.
Okay.
We can do it.
With that many videos, you guys, you can do it. I feel like you can do it.
It's an origami, dynamic origami. Olga's very inspired by Japan. She used to live in Japan.
Tracie's son is in Japan right now.
I know. We had a FaceTime the other night. It was great.
They had an earthquake.
So our evening, like after dinner, is like their kind of mid-morning. So it's a really good time to...
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have his dog, their dog, him and his
Where?
girlfriend's dog. I put him
Inside?
in his house. Yeah, I can let him
Okay.
out after. He's the smartest dog I've ever met. So you can literally just tell him what to do.
Get me a beer.
Other than stop dropping so much hair, he listens to everything we want.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like vacuuming central, but I love this dog. And Ellie loves him. So it's all been good. It's been great. Anyway,
That origami bag is amazing.
listen, I'm going to try it because I think we can do it. I don't have a lot of crochet skills, but if Olga's going to give us 14 videos, I can watch them over and over and over again.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay,
That excited me.
Eleanor Mortensen.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
This is the Renaissance Gallery sweater, but look how beautiful.
But that's not her sweater. She's just knitting that.
Okay, really?
That's Unwind Knitwear. Rachel. That's
Sorry.
a beautiful version of it, though.
I went out of it.
Look at you having your podcast item folder. Okay, unless I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, maybe I'm totally wrong. Renaissance. I don't know.
Look at this sweater, you guys.
It's not. I thought there was one called that. Anyway, don't listen to me.
This is all different versions of it. It's got the most beautiful colorwork swatch section
That's
through the middle.
gorgeous. Okay, am I wrong?
No, you're probably not wrong.
Yes, I probably am. I don't want to be wrong and say it's not her.
It's the strike. I don't know.
Okay, hit. What is it? Okay. Knitwear designer. So yes, it's her design. Sorry about that.
Yeah, must be her design.
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God. I just mistook it for a different design. Sorry, that's not good.
Okay, this is called the Paintbrush Tank, which tank slash vest, you guys, but look how beautiful it is with that little bit of color work along the bottom. I thought this was gore. Oh, this is a better close up.
Wow, Jody.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Yes, I love it. Yeah, so sorry, you guys. I was completely wrong. That's rude. So this is a fingering weight sweater, the Renaissance, and it's gorgeous. I would love to knit something like that with the color work that goes past the separation of the sleeves and into the body.
Amazing.
Wouldn't you like to knit? And
Yeah.
I mean, 3/4 sleeve and sort of
I just thought it was so pretty.
the silhouette.
With that special skein of yarn that in the middle.
And
I
that
just thought
came
it
out
was
in February.
beautiful.
Okay, here's something that somebody did with that I would love to do. They did a color changing yarn in the background and then a dark yarn for the...
Oh, you guys, that's brilliant.
So Renaissance, that just came out this winter. I'm sorry for thinking it was something else.
That's okay.
I know, but I don't like
I know, you
jumping to
corrected yourself,
conclusions,
whatever.
right? Here's a gorgeous
Ah!
version. That's actually speckled.
See?
Speckled color work, dark background.
See, now I'm distracted and don't know what to cast on because I want that too.
Okay, this would be great. This would be super fun. And the gauge is 25 stitches. But you could knit it a little bit, 22-ish.
Yeah. Okay, the next one I want to show you guys
Why
was
not?
this framed. This was the cowl that came out.
Frame your face, I think it's called.
Yeah, frame your face cowl.
That's really pretty.
And then here is the beautiful Rachel and her sis. Right?
Yes,
Gorgeous.
the pop of that color, like a dark background and those bright, bright brights. That little bit of a neon, pastel neon yellow.
Yeah.
I think that's actually a great way. Like if you've ever bought Spin Cycle or a color changing yarn in like a neon and you think to yourself later, I don't wear neon. What the heck am I going to do with this? Putting it with like your favorite dark teal or eggplant or something like that would make it really nice. I think that's a good way to use up something like that.
I agree too.
Yeah.
All of that.
Oh, I saw that one.
Okay, so Pom Pom Magazine did their last issue this year, but they are
Ooh.
in collaboration with Hobby Yarn. I don't know all the details, but there is a collection coming out.
And I think they have their own yarn.
Yeah.
I think.
I don't know
Yeah.
all the details yet,
Yeah.
but this comes out September 2nd. You're going to want to follow them either on their website or newsletter or on their socials.
That's
but
awesome.
this sweater is called Adorned. And it's just this cute little, there's some garter work, garter stitches, rows in the yoke, a little bit of a bobble there. Oh, there's a good.
I love a good bobble and I love garter stitch.
Right?
Yeah, that looks beautiful. And that's one of those really fun projects where, you know, you do all the like little bit of fancy stuff up top and then it's like zoom to the bottom, like Stockinette City.
Okay, so there, yeah, it says their yarn plus 14 free patterns in the collection launch September 2nd. Sign up to our launch page, which is the link in profile, to be entered to win the full palette. So they're coming
Wow.
out with their own yarn that's done through Hobby.
And somebody's going to win the whole shebang, every color.
Okay, that's amazing, you guys. The other thing I wanted to show you and mention, Stephen West comes out with his annual mystery knit along for his shawl.
It was such a cute name too. What was it called?
This is not it. This is previous shawls.
Speaking of like awesome promotional.
These are previous mystery knit-alongs. Maybe not all of them mystery, but some of his shawls.
Is that his page? Like, can you
Yeah.
go down a little bit and see? There's some really like. Oh, maybe just, yeah. Go Dynamo. Go Dynamo is the name
It's
of
the
the
15th
mystery-
annual. So we get all the information on the 31st. The CAL doesn't start till, I believe, October 1st. October 3rd. October 3rd is the cast-on day. The launch for all the information is the 31st, along with kits that Stephen and Penelope have put together. So we'll know more on the weekend. But can you imagine?
So you can sign up and get a kit at 4 p.m. Amsterdam time on the 31st if you're interested. And who isn't? Because, I mean, it's going to be so much fun. There's some people, this is their annual, they would never miss it. And I it's my annual. I can't wait to see what he's got coming for us.
So it's funny you had that crochet bag, because I saved this bag as well.
That's awesome.
Look at that bag,
Yeah.
you guys. It's just a big crochet bag. This one is lined, like there's a lot of finishing work. These are like leather or faux leather sewn on straps for after. But is that not amazing?
Even if you don't do the sewn in lining, which looks amazing.
Yeah, you don't have to do that.
Even
And
if you don't do that, it's a great bag. But actually the way they do that sewn in lining is pretty fantastic.
Okay, so this is...
Ooh, I love the square tote. Batany design. I'm not sure.
This is the name of the Instagram that I am showing you, and she is a designer. Oh, got a follower. But look at all the designs and bags. What? Is that not amazing? You guys, crochet is having its... crochet has always been, well, you say very popular, and it is. But I feel like in mainstream, I don't think crochet's talked about it as much.
Well, you see it in fashion a lot right now.
It's
like you go into every
exploding.
store and there are,
Yeah.
like I went into TJ Maxx and there's like little crocheted cardigans, crocheted tank tops, stuff like that.
I love.
So when it's sort of
Love
in the
it.
mainstream, it seems to get more of a spotlight, but we know that it's never gone anywhere. All the crochet people know it's never gone anywhere. All the amazing crochet designers, you know, there's so many of them. So of course there's a giant demand. Oh, I saw that.
That's so cute. Also, Little House of Macrame. Did you guys know? I didn't know about her, and she is she's a fiber artist, and she does macrame
From Edmonton, Alberta.
Yes.
I actually think she's been to when Edmonton had a show, their own show. I'm sure she had a booth.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
We should take a class.
Yeah, we should take a class.
Ooh, that wreath is pretty. That wreathy thing.
Wouldn't that be fun, you guys?
Yeah.
Oh, I love macrame.
A little bit of yard work happening.
Sounds like they're right in your back alley.
Well, maybe they are. Anyway,
Yeah, so there were so many things that I get distracted
listen, we
with.
could do a whole 2 hours on like, did you see this pattern? Did you see
Okay,
that pattern?
here's another. It's called Bagoo Pouch by Beatrice Mace, and Amber just showed it to me. You
Why
guys,
is it called that?
I don't know, but look at it.
That's the name of the actual company. Wow.
What?
Okay, that's beautiful.
I think is it spelt differently?
I don't know.
You guys, look at this.
That's beautiful.
That is so beautiful. This is what it looks like when it's knit.
Oh, it looks similar like when it's flat, I guess, maybe. That's beautiful. Do you ever see that micro crochet where she crochets with
All the time I follow
like
them.
a thread?
Yeah.
Literally thread that you would sew with.
Can you imagine?
No. No, I don't think I'm physically able to do that.
So what do you think about when...
So what are you going to cast on?
Still don't know.
Like, are you close to doing something? I really do
So,
feel like this pink grapefruit
Do
lady
you
thing
think
I might do.
about... What are the things you think about? Do you get more inspired by the yarn you have that you find a project for? Or do you think, what do you like to wear the most? Or do you like what's trending with knitting?
Never
fab?
that.
Never trending.
Never trending.
Yeah.
If I'm going to spend all this time like making something, I would prefer it to be more probably classic in design, but maybe color choice would be,
Yeah.
you know, more me. Like doesn't have to be like a classic color. And I think that's a fun way to add personality, is to choose a color that makes you really happy, even though it's not something you would see kind of on the shelf, or it's not the Pantone color of the year or anything like that. But I think it's a bunch of things. Like, what do I want to wear for sure? What do I feel good in? What works for our climate? And these vests are great, but I'll be honest, like, now I'm like, well, what am I going to wear under all of these? Now I got to go, like, I have some button-up shirts and
You don't need to buy things.
long sleeve t-shirts and stuff like that. But I do love that transitional lane of knitted items, and I don't have enough of it. Like, whether it's vests or short sleeve things that you can dress up and dress down for different climates.
It's funny.
Those kind of
Yeah.
are the thing. And I don't have enough vests. And I feel like you can bang them out.
I have knit several things that I don't wear. It's funny, I never, like, the thought process was never in my head about, well, wait a minute, is this something you can see yourself wearing all the time?
Right.
Or is it just something you saw that you really like that you cast on? Right? Like, I feel like I needed to think a little bit more thought about what's going to happen when it's off my needles. How are you going to wear it? How are you going to style it? Is it going to fit into your everyday? That's
and I mean,
kind
it's not really like a thoughtfulness. It's like just in the back of my mind. It's subconscious. It's not where I'm going, okay, does this check all the boxes? It's not really like that. But I think when you see designs, you automatically think, oh, that's so me. And if something says that's so me, and like this grapefruit pink lady, I've looked at it for years now.
I've never even seen it.
The Illuminate, I've looked at for years now. Well, and I look at it and I think, oh, is it too, like, I don't know, like lacy? Like, I don't consider myself a real lacy person, but it's very simple, and I feel like it's not too lacy.
Yeah.
I think it's just a really pretty texture, and I'm imagining it in, I don't know what color, but I'm darker than that probably. Yeah. And then my next thing is, what do I have in my stash that'll work?
Exactly.
Right? That's sort of the thing for me. Can I see myself in that? What's the gauge? Because if it's 28 stitches, right. My first thing I do when I see something at like 28 stitch gauge is think, well, how can I modify that? How can I do it at more like a, but you can only go so far. Right? Mm-hmm. So I'm not really, those don't call my name. That's what about you?
All of that now, it wasn't always such a thoughtful process. Sometimes it's a spontaneous, and then in the end it's like, I don't know that I would wear this all the time.
Yeah. And I think the way it turns out, does it fit in a way that you think, I love this? Like, this is just what I was hoping it would fit like, or I feel good in it. For whatever that fit may be. Maybe you like 0 E's, maybe you like a bunch of E's, and that's like when people say, well, what size did you knit? Well, it doesn't matter, but I have 8 inches of positive E's.
Exactly.
So it'll look like that on you, probably with the same amount of E's.
Yeah. Figure out your gauge first, right?
Measure your body, and then once you do a gauge swatch, pick the size that it's going to be 8 inches bigger than you. So it's not so much like when people say, oh, I knit size 2. Well, I feel like that's not helpful for me as a knitter, but I also don't know all the time exactly how much positive E's I've knit. So if somebody asks, I'll have to quickly measure my body, measure the sweater, and tell them that.
So moving forward, as I get more experience under my belt, there's more thoughtfulness goes into how I pick, what goes on my needles. And ultimately, I have to tell myself, and it happened last time, like, just get something on your needles.
Yeah.
Just get something on your needles, because time has passed and I wish I'd have more garments if I put something on my needles.
And if you love that Illuminate thing, just do it.
I know.
Just pick yarn and do it.
I love it. Anyway.
You can do it in DK.
Let's get something on our needles. Let's knit and wear all the sweaters this fall.
Totally. I have one more little thing that I bought, and I wanted to show you guys. This is it, the end of it for me. Our friend Sandy by the lakeside. She's just wonderful. She makes all kinds of amazing things in her shop. She is known for project bags. She did the little bunny bag a while ago. I think they're so cute. She does it in this little linen color with a black Swiss dot.
That's cute.
And a little gingham. Yeah. And it's a really good squishy bag, small project bag with her little leather scissor logo. And she also does leather items, which she's done it for years. Again, you can see her logo right there.
That's cute.
She does big totes, project bags. This is just a little wristlet, which I think is a really handy thing to have. Right? Yes. Like you can throw this into your big tote bag with your cards or whatever, and just call it, you've got all your knitting and whatever. I think this color is called Black Plum.
It's beautiful.
And it's a super dark purple.
It's beautiful.
I like a dark purple, even though I'm not a purple person.
Here's the color I'm talking about. This is the color they're saying you're going to see it everywhere popping up in accessories, shoes, bags.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Very winey.
very winey.
Yeah.
This is called Complimentary Wine OPI color.
Oh, okay. I love
I
it.
love it.
Did you buy it or did you find it?
I bought it.
And
I've
so
had it
now
for
you can-
years.
yeah.
But I pulled it out because I'm like,
I love a
I
dark
can-
red.
I
Like
do
that's
love
I
a dark
love a
red.
dark red,
Yeah, love
especially
it.
for winter.
okay, a couple of things in our shop this week. Our cups, I put all in 20%, you guys. 20%
Yay.
off.
Let me show the blue one. This is the same one I've been drinking out of the whole time, but it comes in this awesome turquoise, tealy, sweater weather.
My ice is still icing. Barely
sweater
even
weather.
melting.
So black and blue. I don't actually have a blue one, but I'll let you guys get
A
them.
cute little thing that I put in. They're $5. These little pens, you guys. I think these are amazing. It's a little roller ball. It's a medium roller ball on one end. Little skein of yarn and a highlighter.
This is an awesome pen. Like it
Highlighter.
really is super. I'm super picky. These are fantastic.
I brought you 5. Do you want
And
5?
what a great. Well, do I need that many?
Maybe.
Wow, I love them.
So those are in the shop. And then one other thing.
Wow. I do love these.
A couple of our favorite scents. Tracie discovered these years and years ago, and we've had them in the shop before, but we were fans of these before we even had them in our shop.
Yes, Ebony and Ivory is a local Alberta company, woman-owned. They make these.
I thought it was Winnipeg.
No.
Oh, these
That's
are
the other one.
Got it. Yeah.
These guys come from Lethbridge.
Yeah,
I
you're
believe.
right.
And
Pumpkin.
they do some
some
amazing scents with some really sassy. Some of them are really sassy names. It's pretty fun.
Sweater
but they
weather.
do a beautiful job. And these are the 8-ounce size.
Sweater weather smells like crisp air and apples.
Fall.
Fall.
And then, of course, pumpkin spice, which is pumpkin kisses and harvest wishes.
Oh, this is called apple cider and donuts, but it's not like bakery sweet.
Let me smell.
It's appley crisp.
No, it's not super sweet, which I love,
Oh, it's so nice.
but it's still really nice.
A
It's not
hint
overwhelming.
Of cinnamon, a hint, but it's good. Anyway,
And they're hand poured, 100% soy. They're beautiful products. So
I
if you
have
love
to put a
it,
disclaimer. The only photo I could find was, I think, the sweater weather with a black jar. We
Oh.
got white jars, but I have to put a disclaimer that you'll get a white jar. Anyway,
Okay.
those are in the shop too. So there's a few new things to
Yeah.
the shop.
yeah, they're awesome if you love a good fall candle. And we love supporting Alberta, like as close to home as possible, right? That's one of our
Yeah.
things, and Canadian products and
Love it
stuff like
too.
that. Yeah.
Okay.
What are your plans? What do you got going on? Work?
Today, we're disassembling the rest of the grid wall that we had zip stripped the pegs and putting it all, packing it away.
Oh, yes.
It's the last job.
How much of it? Oh, it's like you go on a trip and you think unpacking is the worst. Can you imagine doing that whole booth?
It hasn't been terrible, if I'm honest, and it felt good. It's one of those things where if you leave it, like if I leave my suitcase more than a few days, it ends up sitting for 2 weeks.
I hate it.
I almost always do it the day I get home or the
Me
next
too.
day.
Like if you open your suitcase and you think, well, I'm just going to put the laundry in the hamper. Well, that's like most of my suitcase. You're kind of almost unpacked.
So we did a really good job of unpacking. We got everything back in the shop and inventoried. It's a whole thing when you get back. So this
It
is our
is, for
last,
sure, for
last little,
business.
last little
A whole U-Haul unpacking. Yikes.
stupid.
And we are gearing up and getting very excited for our fall Eastern cruise. That's coming right away. So cruisers, we can't wait to see you and experience the East Coast in the fall.
Thank you, Star, for being here. Thank you, BJ,
Thank
for
you,
being
ladies.
here. We appreciate you.
And thank you for everybody for stopping by. We love sharing our knitting with you.
We'll see you next week.
We will?
Well, we'll have to be back on schedule for me.
Okay.
Do you know?
Apparently we're coming back next week.
Let's just see for a minute.
Listen, it fits in my calendar, and I would rather, Jody, do it next week than the week after, because we're packing and leaving, and I have like a haircut and other things. So I mean, I feel like next week's a good
So
thing.
I just assumed, I didn't even talk to you. This was an extra one, but I kind of need to be on the schedule of next week and then every 2 weeks.
Okay, works for me. No problemo.
So we'll see you in 1 week. Oh my
Oh,
God.
geez.
You guys, you will have seen me cast on this hat and cast on a sweater.
Okay, I think I'll have another sweater finished. I might have 2 in a week. I don't know.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
You guys, a vest
okay.
for sure. The vest will for sure be done.
This has been so much fun. We appreciate you guys stopping by.
Send me good fit vibes for my vest, you guys.
We're sending you. It's going to
Thank
work.
you. Thank you.
Okay.
So have
Bye-bye.
a great week. Mwah.
And. Oh my
The
gosh.
end.